The only daughter with more than half a dozen brothers and raised in the halls of the Fire Temple Dojo, Leona had to work twice as hard as anyone else. Not due to her size or being female, no, not at all. But because of her temper. Discipline was hard, but when she could control that rage, Leona was grace itself in combat. Many years of adventuring brought her to the canyon druids of Arasan, animal shapeshifters who used their gifts to aid the Long Valley in flourishing. Learning much from them, Leona agreed to take the path of the beast and found her way to the gladiatorial ring of Gyotar's Citadel of Fire. In the arena, Leona proved herself time and again in pitched one-on-one battles, in group skirmishes, and in showmanship's event to pander to the crowd. Setting aside a fair amount of money and useful gear won or bought in her fights, Leona turns to the ever-present internal struggle, learning to harness her powers to imbue others. These tricks led to that one final fight, the one that almost ended her. With this fresh in memory, Leona parts with the arena, booking passage east for a new adventure with new companions. Leona trains with them, learns with them, and adventures with them, until one day... One child among many, in a family of poor farmers, Zeke spent his youth outside of school honing his skills, learning both the tradesman's talk of bargaining and the pickpocket's tricks when bargaining failed. Noticed during one such theft of food, the syndicate took Zeke in, paying his family handsomely for the loss of his services on the farm, and trained Zeke for years. Friendly with the mayor's daughter, Elizabeth, Zeke used his connections to further his own ends, ultimately taking a bite a little too big and getting caught by the Sorcerer Nox. Intrigued by his capture, Sorcerer Nox of the Temple of Earth took Zeke on as an assistant, teaching the teen the true value of the stolen ingredients and so much more. Hunting trips, royal parties, diplomacy trips turned dramatic escapes. Zeke was in the shadow of it all, plying their skills and even befriending monstrous rock birds. When the summons for aid comes from the Empress, Nox sends his young protege to help. This goes as well as can be expected. Until one day... Growing up on the volcanic island of Ukrari, S-48 received his name when he was taken in by househead Abbas Najanvala, a notorious warlord. The 48th sorcerer to serve the family, Abbas threw him into the depths, a not-so-hidden fight club for the elite of the island. Over many years, S-48's power grew until one day he met his match in a tiny owl. This owl unleashed such a fury of eldritch blasts that S-48 almost died. Almost. Taken in by a new master, a fiend with a deal for his soul, S-48 dug himself out of the shallow grave and took passage south. With gifts from his patron and an incredible amount of luck, S-48 found themselves stronger than ever, and now in the employ of the Empress, a ruler of a piratical trades family with vast swaths of the continent Turgaron to their name. Content with their life, S-48 takes on any tasks and rewards given, until one day... Born on a floating spelljammer in the astral sea, Lemonheart's life has always revolved around travel. Learning young to care for the ship as the lifeline it is, Lemonheart learned from a man named Seamus how to track and hunt on the planes and worlds they visited. Amidst a starstorm, Lemonheart was separated from his families and ship, making new friends in the astral bees. Among his travels, Lemonheart learned to channel his innate magics and befriended many a druid. One such was Little Leaf, an earth druid of formidable power. Finding rumor of family on the world of Faerun, Lemonheart is taken in by a kindly woman, Charlie, whom together they defeated a necromancer and his bespelled animals. Finding adventures to be wearying, Lemonheart settles down for many a year, helping local farmers and selling herbs. But adventure soon calls once more, and Lemonheart finds himself on Idamar, a new world. Landing in the swamps of Turgeron, Lemonheart finds his way to the court of the empress there, staying a time, telling stories of his adventures, until one day...
S48.
They can't hear anything.
Oh, apparently we have no audio. Are we good? Are we good? Fixed it. All right, well, let me go back through that then. Greetings and welcome to the Records of the Realms. I'm your keeper today, Andrea. These fine folks here are our glorious adventurers this evening. As you have heard, they have braved much, and they have entered the court of the Empress, who has beseeched them to solve her great problem. Her people have been going missing, and this latest disappearance of an entire town is the last straw. You must find out what is happening and stop it. Adventurers, starting with Lemonheart, please provide us your name, your character's name, and something your character loves.
Hi, I'm Mika. I do things. My pronouns are he, him. And tonight, this evening, I am playing Lemonheart, whose pronouns are also he, him. And he really, really, really loves roses. The end.
All right, Leona.
Hi, I'm Cece, and my pronouns are they, them, and tonight I will be playing Leona Candlelight. And her pronouns are she, they. And one thing that she loves is her fans, her audience.
Wonderful. S48.
Hi, I'm Steve. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing S48, a sorcerer warlock, pronouns he, they. The thing that S48 loves most is just a quiet night when he doesn't have to worry about other things and can just relax and just be himself. That's it.
That sounds quite wonderful. And last but certainly not least, Zeke.
Yes, hello. My name is Julie. I am playing Zeke Bonestead tonight. He, they. And what I really like is I like to help people as I help myself.
Wonderful.
Nice.
All right. All of you have found yourself in the court of the Empress. We're going to jump right in here. She has sent you out to the coastal towns to try to find out what is happening to her people. Why do towns and individuals keep disappearing? The only rumor or hint that you have as to what is going on is that the tide rises high every time the town disappears. There are noises and creatures coming out of the sea, out of the swamps, but nobody ever has kind of a visual of really what it is that is doing this. You find yourself approaching a small town that has not yet disappeared, in the hopes of finding someone who might be able to tell you what they've seen when they have been out and what might be going on. As you approach the town, you hear bells clanging, and you hear people yelling, and you hear people screaming for each other and for their families. You hear people trying to get their animals in and out of barns and in and on the road leading in town, or at least away from the sea. You kind of hear the sloshing of water. What are the adventurers going to do?
We must get our eyes on this.
Should we check and see if anybody needs help?
Yes.
Or
Yes. That sounds good. Should we go down to the water? Go down to where they are and help them get in.
yes, absolutely.
Maybe we'll get to see what's going on.
Let's hope so.
Onward.
You rush down the path, you make it into town, and just as you're reaching the edge of town, you find yourself stepping into some very soggy, slick, slimy ground. You realize that even as you're stepping forward, the water is starting to rise a little higher each step you take. You pause for a moment and you look around, and you can see that all of the houses are up on stilts. All of the buildings, all of the locations, everything that people live in and use, the barns, all of it is up above the water line. But the water is rising.
I do actually have a ring of water walking.
Ooh.
So Leona starts just walking across the top of the water while everybody else is slowly sinking into the slush.
Oh, sorry. You guys want help? Or
That'd be quite lovely, honestly. If you could spare the time.
Yes, should we join hands and get across the slush?
I can try and lift you both? All three of you? I can certainly try.
Or we can just hang on you, right?
I might have a spell. Hold on.
While Lemonheart's looking through their spells, I start grabbing my rope out of my bag and tying it around my waist and
Yes.
just
No,
waiting
not
for the
worth it.
go ahead.
How deep would this water be? To our ankles, up to our knees? How deep is it?
Your first couple of steps are pretty shallow. It is maybe an inch or less, but every step you take, it's like you're going further and further down. Even though the road itself is still fairly flat, every step you take is rising a little bit more.
Ooh. Do I see any creatures or anything in the water? I'm trying to do perceptions.
Go ahead and make a perception roll. Let me know what you get. First roll of the game.
15.
All right. You do notice that there are a lot of bubbles coming up from the swamp out in the distance. You don't really see any creatures per se, but there does seem to be an increase in activity from underneath.
Ooh. I am going to use my ability Writhing Tide. As a bonus action, you gain a flying speed of 10 feet and can hover. So, at the very least, I'm above the water for a hot minute.
Okay.
I'll toss... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I slowly make my way towards the bubbles.
Just gonna toss the rope that's around my waist back towards Zeke and S48. Grab on!
All right.
And just start following Lemonheart.
You
I'm
start
so
walking
slow, you
across
should lead the way.
Okay, I can do
Just
that.
follow them along.
I can only go 10 feet
It's
with
like
the flying.
I want
You
to
know,
surf the
at
mud, you know. Just...
preschool when they have like the rope that has the kids on it. Like that's
Yeah.
what I feel like right now. This way,
Excellent.
children.
Following the leader.
I'm
You
keeping
work
my
your
eyes
way-
out. I'm keeping my eyes out and trying to see if anything is you know, why is this happening, right? You know, we got to figure out why this is happening. So I'm looking, is there what's going on? So let's keep my eyes out.
As you're working your way across the water surface out to where the bubbles are coming up, all you notice is, there's bubbles. It's very swampy. It's dark. We're getting on towards sunset, so there's not as much light. The light is slanting through. You're starting to get a fog rising up. It's kind of limiting your vision a little bit to the distance, but you do see coming towards you is just swings of bubbles, and then it disappears, and then a swing of bubbles, and it disappears. From the town itself, you can hear people still yelling and calling for their kids, getting their animals, still trying to get them out on the road. And there's this one little tiny gnome on the edge of a platform, a very large platform. Looks like it's built very nicely of stone with a huge 2-story building covered in vines. And she's yelling at you, "Get back here! Get back here!"
Like I'll look back at the gnome. It's like, just give me one moment, please. And then I just want to scan like around us. Is there any other people in the water that need help getting out?
Where you're at currently, no. The big building seems to be kind of where the edge of the swamp was at originally, on the edge of where it kind of drops off is the closest building to you. Everyone else is a little further up in the river area.
Okay. Then I'll turn around and start heading back towards the platform.
Yeah, because I'm not that tall, being a halfling, so I'm starting to float more than I can touch the ground. So yes, land ho.
All right, you get yourself over to the platform and you find that it has a fairly large stone courtyard built up above the water level, a good 6 or 7 feet, even over where it's currently rising. It has a steps down area that leads to a dock that is right on where you assume the river is now hidden. And as you go up those steps into the platform, this tiny little gnome with bright purple hair comes flying around the corner of the building, and she goes, "You're here! You're here! OMG! Oh my gosh! The Empress actually said help! I have an entire shop that needs to be moved."
Entire shop?
Yes.
Why do we need to move the shop? What's going on?
Do you not know all the swamp magic? I have all the swamp magic in my shop. We need to get everything out. We need to get it out of the town. Otherwise, the entire island is going to have no swamp magic left. I'm the only swamp mage. The only one.
I can't say I'm familiar, but I'd be more than willing to help.
Yes, let's do this. Because like swamp magic, but can any of your swamp magic help with this swamp filling up?
No, not with the filling up. However, it might maybe help with the creatures.
Oh,
Creatures?
there's creatures. I thought so. I saw the bubbles.
Yes, that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning.
Oh,
all right.
Lovely.
So there are creatures that are doing. Okay, let's help. Let's get to the main city so we're not stuck out here. Yes.
Fantastic.
Okay.
And she looks
Let's go.
over at Sorcerer 48 and goes, "Hi, I'm Outta. You look kind of cool."
Oh, hi. Thanks. You look pretty cool too. I think I like the hair. And you notice as he's talking, S48's hair starts to change slightly and become more purple and resemble our new friend's hair. I hope it's okay. I can do that sometimes.
I like it. Purple's my favorite color, by the way. Yeah, so shop, anyway. And she rushes you all inside. Like, she's 3 foot tall. She comes up to most of your waists, like, at most. And she rushes you into the shop, and you get inside this shop, and it is a big, beautiful building. It has a big circular area in one side filled with shelves that are covered with herbs and plants. And the rest of the shop is just shelves upon shelves, complete and utter chaos inside of potions and brews. You've got concoctions brewing. You've got jars of powder and containers that are glowing. You can see at the far end there's an entire area where there's bugs caught in jars, and those bugs themselves are glowing. This whole shop is just filled with potions, poultices, powders, anything you can think of that may or may not come from the swamp. All of this, we gotta move everything.
Wait,
All right,
so is this stuff that you have collected from the swamp to make potions, or have you, like, is this why they're after you for this, or how did you make the stuff?
Oh, well, I'm an alchemist. Like, that's kind of what I do. I make all these things, and I supply the court. The empress, and her other friends, blessed all to the empress, she looks really, really nervous, and like the more she thinks about having outside people help her, the more you're seeing that she's starting to rethink this idea.
But we tell her, well, the princess would be very happy to help you, secure these things, and we are from the princess. So let us help secure all these items and get them to the main town, shall we? So do we find like are there any bags of holding or anything here that we can use?
I believe I have a bag of holding.
I was going to say, there's no bags of holding here. However, if you have items in which you can use to carry things, there are some things are in sacks, some things are in jars, some things are in just easy potion containers to grab and move. Other things you see in one corner is like this big white box that seems to have a little bit of like steam coming out of it, but it's not connected to anything, but it seems to like a little bit of fog of some sort coming out of it.
That's why I asked the alchemist, is something brewing in there, or can we just shut it down?
That's the cold box. It's kind of keeping certain things on ice.
Understood. Well, let's see.
How heavy is it?
Yes.
So
I don't know. I can't lift most of the big boxes. I usually have the townspeople help me do that.
I think I can help, as Leona just sort of flexes a bit.
we were sent here to investigate the disappearances and everything, right? Not to help evacuate one shop. So if we figure out what's causing the disturbances and we stop that, then we don't have to help clear out the shop. S48 is just trying to get out of doing work.
Well, I mean, can we tell, but with the rising, how long it would estimate that would be overtaken by the water and such? I mean, are we at that point?
From the speed at which the water has been rising, you would estimate you probably have no more than an hour to get everything out before it starts to flood the building.
Yeah, no. And since our queen, our empress, uses these items, we should at least try to help with some of them. So I'm going to start taking some of the small bottles and things like that. I'm going to reach out, because they're going to be taller than I can reach some of them. I'm going to reach out, and they will come to my hand, and I'll put them in my vest.
Okay, roll me a D100 and let me know what you roll.
Uh, 43.
43. You have grabbed 2 potions of bear's endurance.
Ooh.
I think sort of Leona taking a second, hearing what S48 said. I kind of want to try and stack things up on like higher shelves so that when this building does flood, there's still more time before items get ruined.
Okay.
I have a question.
Mhm.
If I were to use enlarge reduce on the shop itself, would it shrink down the shop and everything in it?
I love that.
Oh.
That is a good question. Go ahead and read me the spell.
Okay. You cause a creature or an object you can see within range to grow larger or smaller for the duration. Choose either a creature or an object that is neither worn nor carried. If the target's unwilling, it can make a throw. Reduce. The target size is halved in all dimensions, and its weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal. This reduction decreases its size by one category from medium to small, for example. Until the spell ends, the target also... Okay, it wouldn't help as much. Darn.
Yeah, it
Good call,
unfortunately
though.
would not quite be sufficient enough. If 3 or 4 of you had this spell, I would say that you could cast together and maybe reduce it enough.
It's
But it does
concentration,
say
only
an
lasts 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also going to continue, since those guys are working on their stuff. I'm going to continue on finding small things that I can put upon myself in bags. I need to get some of this stuff out of here.
I do have a bag of holding. So
Okay.
I
Ooh.
guess after getting like what I can to higher elevation, then I'll just start moving like the smaller stuff.
Okay,
Into the
Leona,
bag.
roll me a d100 3 times and tell me what numbers you get.
3 times? Oh no. Okay. First one is a 56.
Okay.
Second one is a 79. Third one is a 19.
Okay, you grab a couple of potions of energy. You grab 3 potions of swimming. And 2 vials of explosive ointment.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds fun. I like that.
And then
Are
Zeke, you
there-
said you were also still grabbing a few things. Go ahead and roll me 2 d100s. Zeke?
Yes?
Could you roll me 2 d100s, please?
Yes.
You were also grabbing items.
Yes. Okay, first one is 33. Second one is 69.
Nice.
69. All right, 33. You
Hydrate.
grab a vial of healing draught. It looks like it's sitting in kind of a drinking horn that's in a little stand, but it has a cork stopper. And you grab 2 potions of motion.
Awesome.
Mika, what are you working on?
Are there any animals nearby?
There are no animals nearby, but looking through some of the shelves, you do find things like tongues and maybe parts of what you think might be a troll.
All right. I cannot speak with animals that. So I guess I'm just doing what I can to grab things and help stack them.
Okay.
All right, so how long do we want to do this before we take off, guys? We need to get to the mainland.
As S48, what are you working on? Since you're trying to avoid work, are you grabbing anything or trying to lift
I think-
things to higher levels?
I think they're just gonna watch for a few minutes and then sigh and be like, all right, fine. If we're doing this, we're doing this. All right, okay, I'll help. And just start grabbing boxes. And I'm assuming is there like a cart or something or like a boat they're gonna load them onto so that they can ship them out of the town or like the shop, something like that, wherever everyone is stockpiling all the resources together to transport. That's what.
You did notice when you guys came up the stone steps that there was a fairly large barge attached to the pilings right outside the shop, so you could start loading things in there.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what we're doing. This is such an excellent use of our time, friends. I am loving this, and he's just resigned to the fact that okay, we will stick to the plan of whatever this is. So yeah.
All right.
All right. Go ahead and roll me 3 D100s.
Okay. That's an 81, 47, and a 98.
98. So you grab a box of about 6 potions of vigor. You grab a small crate filled to the brim with potions of bull's strength. But it's in a crate, so it's kind of nailed down good and hard. And you find a couple of small boxes that they look like cages. And inside the cage is a little just straight up and down vial of what looks like a glowing red liquid. And as you read the label on it, it says tongue-tie tincture. And you're able to grab 4 or 5 of those and get those moved. They seem to be somewhat volatile, perhaps?
Mm.
So just confirming, we get to keep these items, or are these just items that we see while we're transporting them?
These are items that you are kind of grabbing and moving or putting into your bag of holding or grabbing and attaching to your coat, just kind of however folks are getting hold of them. This is the items that you are picking up.
Okay, cool. Right.
Okay. You do manage to load... Oh, go ahead, Leona.
Oh, I was just going to say, as we're bringing the items outside, if I can try and look for the bubbles that Zeke was mentioning.
You do, as you look out over where the boat is sitting, you do see more of the bubbles and the kind of swooshes coming up through the swamp. You don't see much of anything else out there, but as the sun kind of goes behind the trees, you do start to see a lot of fireflies pop up. You hear the birds starting to kind of calm down. The bugs are starting to come out, and you start seeing those flashes of light. Roll me a perception check.
I'm so good at those guys.
Maybe I should roll perception.
Oh no.
Let me do perception-y things.
Natural one.
Natural 1 for a total of 2?
You see lovely fireflies.
Oh, they're so pretty.
If you guys are trying to look and perceive things, grab me. I have a plus 14.
Oh, Jesus.
Are you also taking a look out, Mika, trying to
yes.
see what's out there?
Yep. Let me find. Okay, cool. That is a 9 plus 14 for a 23.
All right. You do see all of the fireflies and the bugs coming out, and you start seeing on the trees these long streaks, maybe 4 or 5 inches, maybe not too long, but you start seeing what looks like maybe glowworms going up trees. You look out into the swamp looking for those bubbles, and you see pop up just these little eyes, and then they close and disappear. You're not sure if you saw maybe an alligator, a crocodile, or maybe it was something else. As you watch and you look, you see another one pop up a little further over. And instead of just 2 eyes, you see 4 eyes before it disappears.
The fireflies are so pretty.
So what do we do?
I try and draw everyone's attention over there, like, no. Oh, forget the firefly. They're lovely. I love so good. There, eyes were popping up. Let's focus.
Oh.
Let's pay attention. I'm sure it'll happen again.
Oh, okay, yeah. And I slowly start to.
Yes, sounds like
draw my glaive.
Sounds like we need to go. We've done all we can here. Yes.
How?
So we're just gonna leave the people.
No, we're
Is
going
that
to the
good?
town. We're gotta go town and
Oh, I thought you meant we leave with the goods. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I understand now. My bad.
Yeah, as you all are like moving things and loading it into the vehicle under Anta's kind of direction of put this here and put that there, don't stick those together, you kind of get the feel of, ooh, some of this might be a little more volatile than you thought, and that's maybe some of it shouldn't get wet.
yeah.
And you hear from the other side of the town, you start to hear some screams and you start to hear some sounds of fright as the night closes in. You can see kind of off in the distance around the side of the building that there are torches going up the road. You can see people are kind of trying to light their way. But you do hear the beginnings of sounds of panic from the other side of the apothecary store.
Okay.
The first thing I do is I look at everyone. I pull out a rose from behind my hair, flick it, the petals go everywhere as I cast Water Walk on everyone. So we don't have to worry about that pesky swamp water right now.
Just what's in it.
Yeah, just what's in it.
Well, we've got this barge. Let's get going. I have a hooded lantern, so I can we can see where we're going.
Okay. Does anybody go back into the shop for any last items as you see Anta go diving into the store?
I just grab something random.
I see a couple of really cool drinking horn type things, and I telekinetic them.
After
Okay.
they're done doing that, I'm just gonna be like, we need to go. We're gonna go help some people. We did what we could.
Yeah, we helped them here. Do I need to roll again?
No, you're good there. So you grabbed a couple of containers of flash bottle.
I'm sorry, say that again?
You grabbed 3 flash bottles.
Okay.
All right, and as you grab those last couple of items that you snagged from inside, Mika, you end up with kind of what looks like some kind of powder of a pseudo reddish pink tone. There's no label on it, but it's definitely an interesting color.
Can I roll Arcana to see if maybe... Oh, never mind. I've got a -1. I don't... never mind. I'm just gonna accept it.
Okay.
It's mine now. That's all that matters.
Consider it
You
payment.
do that. Not a bad way of considering that. As you are all grabbing this last couple of items to bring them out to the barge, you hear this very loud whine sound coming from the front door. And you hear additional screams coming from out front of the shop, and you hear cackling, and the front door busts open and a swarm of mosquitoes comes flying into the building with you. Roll me
Bugs.
some initiative.
Oh,
All right. That is a 13 plus 8 for 21.
Okay.
I got a 14 total.
14 total.
I got 18.
I got 15.
15. Alright, and your swarm of insects rolled a lovely natural 1. Alright, Lemonheart, that puts you first. What do you do when the swarm of insects comes flying in through the door and seemingly targets your party?
Immediately, I cast Word of Radiance. So I utter Divine Word, and Burning Radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on a Constitution saving throw of 17, or take 3d6 damage.
Alright, and
So
what is that number it has to pass?
17 Constitution.
Definitely did not make that.
All right. So that is, if I can do math, that's 12 damage. And then for my bonus action, just to prep, I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on my staff.
All right. Zeke, you're up next. Is there anything else you want to do there, Mika? Any movements?
We're still in the store?
Yes, you are inside the apothecary.
Okay. Maybe instead of Shillelagh, I'm going to oh god, there at level 15 there are just so many things I can do. For you. I'll ask about that later. Okay, so I can see past them, like behind them, right?
Yes.
Cool. Then for my bonus action, I'm actually going to use Starlight Step, and so I can magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that I can see. So I'm going to get behind them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. You guys are about 25 feet from the swarm. No, sorry, 20 feet from the swarm. So yeah, you can get up to 5 to 10 feet behind them. Up to you.
Excellent. I'll get 10 feet behind them.
Okay. All right. So you now are on either side of them. All right, Zeke.
All right, the flash bottles. Do I know what they do, right?
There's no instructions on any of the items that you have picked up. You just can read the label and see that it says flash bottle.
Okay, that's all I know what it is. Well, let's see. I'm going to evade them. I'm going to try to get out of their way and get the hell out of here.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to sidestep them. They're not moving super quick, and they're still about 20 feet from you. They have not, they've entered the store and started coming towards you, but they haven't made it yet.
Yep. But I'm just going to yell. I'm going to yell, "Come on, people!" And just go.
Okay. Is there anything else that you're going to prep or do?
Yeah, I really can't persuade these guys. Oh man, the only other thing I can think of doing is asking Micah if he knows what a flash bottle can do, and can we use it against these guys? Because he's on the other side of them too.
Mika, yes, I don't think my character would know. I don't think Leavenheart would know what a flash bottle does.
Okay, that's what I would ask.
Alright, that brings us to S48.
Oh, so these mosquitoes definitely look hostile, right?
They're definitely coming at you with bloody intent.
Okay, alright. I'm gonna walk up towards them, about 10 feet, making sure that Leavenheart is out of range. I know he's on the other side of the mosquitoes, right?
Yes.
But making sure he's like outside a 15-foot range. Just look down, and when I look back up, Leavenheart, you can see S48's eyes are glowing red, and his hands light up as he raises them up to his chest and just pushes them out. As he moves his hands out away from his chest, he's gonna cast Burning Hands right at. Actually, before that, I'm gonna use 2 of my sorcery points to quicken a spell and then cast Burning Hands. So that's yeah. It's a where is it? It's a DC 18 dex save.
Is a failed dex save.
Okay, perfect. So that is going to be 3d6, I believe. At level 1, yep. Okay. So that's 3d6 damage. Let me roll that really quick. So that's 11 points of damage, fire damage. And as a bonus action, I'm going to cast, because I used Quicken Spell, I'm going to cast Toll the Dead as a bonus action cantrip on the mosquito. It's going all out. So I don't think the others do, but like if you strain your ears, you can hear like a bell ringing in the distance. It sounds like it's ringing in the distance, but also sounds like it's ringing in your head. But that's going to be another. What is it? It's a. It doesn't say. Wait, I think it's a Constitution save, I believe.
Well, just to start that first attack, you watch as it hits the bugs and they all go pop like little stars and fizzle to the ground.
Nice.
Oh, they're all dead.
Yep. Swarms of insects are not particularly strong, they are just vastly annoying.
Oh, shit, I already used the thing. Never mind, it's okay. Would I know
keep
that
a
these insects are not that strong and maybe I wouldn't quicken a spell? Would I know
You
that?
probably would have known, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Everybody
Alright, so
hates a lot of mosquitoes, yeah.
Yeah, cool, okay. I won't use it, but thanks.
I'm just gonna pat S48 on the back. Nice job. I didn't even have to.
Good job.
Well, I don't know what I really could do. I really only have.
So I'm at the
Weapons.
door and I'm looking out, and do I see anything else coming, or?
You look through the door and you do see a few other swarms of insects going after the people still left in the town area. And you also spot a green hag coming towards the front door.
A green hag.
So they'd be coming towards. Sorry. They'd be coming towards me first, right? Because I'm like just outside the door.
Well, so you guys came from the back of the store, going towards the front. Mika, you did get in front of them, so yes, you are by the door. And as Zeke came around, Zeke would also be close to that front door and be able to see through and down the stairs.
Right.
But you do have a green hag coming up the stairs at you. She's about 15 feet away.
Oh, okay. I will back up.
As I'm like strolling out the door, like, let's go save some townspeople.
No, green hag. There's a green hag.
Halt!
You look through the door.
Halt! What brings you here?
And she just looks you in the eyes.
Oh, don't cast command on me.
And she casts Vicious Mockery. She looks at you, she laughs, she makes a comment and a joke about the shape of your pants.
I like my pants.
You must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 psychic damage. Sorry, 2d4 psychic damage.
Alright, that is a 17.
That is a wisdom saving throw that you have to meet of 15, so you did succeed.
So my response is,
What is
they're
your
good for
response?
hunting.
And she just kind of...
They look better than yours.
And she comes at you with a claw attack.
Dang it.
That is a 17 to hit.
Okay, and as a reaction... Oh, that's my class. That hits. As a reaction... No, I didn't mean to... why? I just accidentally destroyed... all my hit points. Okay, sorry, so that's... How much damage?
11 points of damage.
Okay.
She comes up to you and she just takes a swipe at you and just comes straight across your shirt.
Okay, so as a bonus action, I
This
am
is her
activating.
turn.
Or sorry, reaction, not bonus action. Reaction. Yeah, no, I'm doing my own thing. So she's right there. I am doing. That's a halo of spores. So, so one creature that I can see when it moves into a space within 10 feet of me, or it starts its turn there, it must make a Constitution saving throw of 17 or take 1d6 damage.
Okay. Did not succeed.
Woo! 1 damage. As these spores just, like, get in her eyes.
She looks at you and you just see one eye start to twitch and she just kind of like rubs at it, flicks the spore out of her eye and just looks at you like, really?
Take
Ag.
that.
Are we still in initiative, or?
We are still in initiative,
Okay.
which brings us to, once that is done, to Leona.
How far away am I from the door? I do have 40 feet of movement, so if I'm able to get to the green hag, I would like to.
You could get to the green hag, but you would need to go around Mika, which would take another extra few feet there. So you are probably currently 30 feet from her. Or get around her, around Mika.
I do have a reach of 10 feet with my glaive. So, for my bonus action, I'm going to rage as, like, the fires of my heritage sort of ignite and, like, a lion's mane of fire erupts from around her neck. I don't quite appreciate you making fun of my friend, and I'm gonna take 2 attacks with my glaive.
Okay.
So the first one is going to be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And that will be for 13 points of magical slashing damage. I don't know if
Okay.
damage type matters. And the second attack is a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
For... I can do math, I swear. 15 points of slashing damage on that second one.
She looks upset, but she doesn't seem to be too poorly at the moment. You've cut a few more extra holes through her clothes. She might be bleeding a little bit, but she's definitely not down and out.
Okay. I will stay where I'm at and support Mika.
Bless.
All right, that brings us to Lemonheart.
Excellent.
Back around to your turn. You are right in front of her. You kind of had
Okay.
this glaive come whoosh right over your head a couple times.
So I am going to cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff. Yes, on my quarterstaff. And then I'm going to attack as a 15 plus 9.
24.
That does hit.
Yes. And in that moment, I am also going to activate Favored Foe to deal an extra 1d6 of damage.
What is your favorite foe?
So, it's one of the Tasha's replacement features. When you hit a creature with an attack roll, you can mark the target as your favored enemy for 1 minute or until you lose your concentration, like it was a spell. The first time in each of your turns that you hit the favored enemy and deal damage to it, including when you mark it, you increase that damage by 1d6.
Okay. You did hit.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, and that is 1d8 plus 4. So that is 2 plus 4 for 6, plus, oh my gosh, 1 for 7, plus my spores suddenly turn into like a swarm of rose petals as I use as well. Where is it? My gathered swarm. Once on each of your turns, you can cause the swarm to assist you one of the following ways immediately after you hit a creature with an attack. So it must succeed on a strength saving throw of 17 or be pushed back 15 feet.
Okay, and just real quick, is Swarm is holding onto your spores? Is that a concentration as well?
Swarm is not concentration, no.
You said a 17?
Yes.
Alright, she did not succeed against that, so she has been pushed down the stairs, and you watch her start tumbling back down and kind of roll across the muddy, sloshy ground. And she stands up, and she's just dripping with mud, and her hair's caked and has little plants sticking out of it, and she's looking at you pretty upset. She starts making fun of your pants again.
You know what? That's fair. I'd be upset too and make fun of someone's pants if they pushed me down the stairs.
Is there anything else you're going to do on this turn?
Nope, that is everything I could do.
Okay. That brings us to Zeke. She's been pushed down the stairs.
Although, question, I guess, if she was pushed away from me, it doesn't... would that be her... Would I get an opportunity attack?
I would say since she...
Forced movement does not cause opportunity attacks.
Cool. Good to know. Thank you. Then yes, I'm done. Sorry, the end.
She's falling down and away, yeah. Alright, Zeke. She's now about 20 feet from where you're at.
Right, which is why I was thinking about I should get out my short bow. And I don't think I can get it out and shoot this time, but I can at least threaten. Correct?
I would say that you could probably get it out and threaten with it for sure. You might get a shot off if you use your bonus action to do so. Like bonus action to pull it out, get it ready. Action.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
I just realized I have a second attack, and I just didn't take it. Because I forgot.
That's okay, you pushed her down the stairs.
That's it, man. That is the thing. All right. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out my Sherpa, and I am going to let's see.
So do keep in mind that a short bow has a standard range between 80 and 320 feet. If you're going to try and shoot her at only 20 feet, you are going to take that at disadvantage.
Oh, that's true. That's true, because it has to be... Okay, gotcha. I was thinking she was down farther, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, only got 20 feet.
Man. Yeah, I was... Okay. I have a disadvantage. So I do not have an advantage on the attack roll. I can't... Okay. Yeah, and nobody else is near it. The enemy is not incapacitated or anything like that. Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just trying. I had a pattern, and then it didn't work because of the short bow range. I was thinking it was short enough. All right. Okay. No, I can't do that either. Dang it. Well, it doesn't look like there's much I can do at this thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my short bow, and if they run, then I can try to shoot them. Hold if they run.
Okay. Can do. That brings us to the hag herself. She is taking half her movement to stand up. And she is going to utilize one of her actions called Invisible Passage. You watch as she just kind of shimmers out of existence from in front of you. And you don't hear any footsteps. You don't see any marks in the mud of her moving. You don't hear any or see anything that would indicate where she is at. And you pause for a second and you're looking and you're looking and you don't see her. And then from behind S48, you hear just a shriek, an ear-rending metal-on-metal shriek, and claws come down to attack S48.
No.
That is a 17 to hit.
That is exactly my AC. Okay, yeah.
Alright, so that is 13 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
And she reappears behind you, just taking her claws and raking down your back.
Rude.
And that brings us to your turn, S48.
Okay. Okay. Ow. That hurt. Immediately. Actually, you know what? First, I'm going to take a reaction, and I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke as soon as she hits me.
Okay.
So that's a DC 18 dex save.
That is a failed dex save.
Let's go. Let me roll damage really quick. That 2d10, yeah. That's 18 points of damage. We got two lines.
Alright. Yeah, she definitely looks surprised as that hellish rebuke hits her, and she just kind of like stumbles back a little bit. She's still within range, but she just like, she does the claws and then, another ear-piercing shriek.
Okay, I am going to reach out and grab the hand, the claws, basically, and I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp directly at her. That is a oops, wrong thing. That's a nat 20. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, very nice.
On a cantrip.
Let's go.
This is great.
That's fine.
3d8 lightning damage. How do you do crit damage? Is it just roll the dice and double, or is it something else?
Roll the dice and double it, and then add whatever modifier you have.
Oh, that's a 1, a 1, and an 8. So that's 10 double 20 lightning damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to quicken a spell again, and well, not again, but like for the first time, and I'm going to cast Toll the Dead one more time. I was going to do Eldritch Blast, but she's too close for an Eldritch Blast, and I don't want to risk the disadvantage. So we'll do, and it's a DC 18 Wisdom save on that.
Okay. She fails that as well, just barely.
Okay, and that's 3d12 damage.
I'm switching d20s over here. That one's not liking me tonight.
That's only 12 necrotic damage.
You watch as you hit her with the first one, and she falls back, and she kind of like scrambles back a little bit, and you just hear her claws scraping through the wood, leaving chips and marks. You hit her with the second one, and you just watch as she goes, "I'm melting," and she just melts away into just a heap of rags.
Yeah, that's what you get for making fun of my friend's clothes. Go die in hell, piece of shit.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, those are really nice pants.
Thank you.
I will say, I am
That's
a
also
fan of
true.
your pants.
Thank you. They're stylish and they're good for tracking. Like, it's good track wear for when you're out in the wilderness.
I agree. So did the hag literally just melt away with that, or is it like
She kind of, you watch as, a little bit of the flesh just kind of like falls off the bones powder, and just everything melts into a pile of rag.
Well,
Okay. So, all right, problem solved. We killed the monster, right? We can go back. Obviously, this is the thing terrorizing everyone, right? Easy work.
I have a feeling that she's not the only threat here, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yes,
too good to be true.
unfortunately. I suppose we should rush forward towards the rest of the town to see what else is out there. Maybe more hags. Or those things with the eyes.
We need to get out of here. That's all there is to it. Let's go to the town.
Okay.
You see a little purple head pop up over the counter and go, yeah, you got him, you got her. What was that? I've never seen one of those before.
It was a mean lady who was making fun of our friend.
Why?
I
She
do
doesn't
not
know
know.
style.
What they said.
But also,
right.
why was she headed towards you, towards your shop? Like, it's like she came here with a purpose, It's like she wanted something from here. What have you been doing? What have you been stealing to make your items?
Make a persuasion or intimidation check.
I'm gonna
This is why you're
intimidate
the
the shit out of with my 10 wisdom. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna intimidate. There's my dice thing. There we go. There's a 14 plus 10. That's a 24.
Okay. You notice that she's kind of like looking a little sketchy, like looking around, like, and then she just looks at you and goes, "Do you see my shop? Why wouldn't they want everything in my shop? This is a lot of money here, man. I service the empress and her family and the other princesses and royalty themselves out of this shop. Why wouldn't they want to take my stuff?" You didn't take any of my stuff, did you? You know what? If you didn't take any of my stuff, I'm not too worried about it. I got the boat. We're good. I'll just grab a few more things. And you just see as she puts onto her wrist a hand crossbow, and she gathers up a small crate and starts shoving them into a bag. And you realize that she's shoving a lot of stuff into that bag. That must be a bag of holding. But as you're just watching as she shoves more and more and more and more. She's just like going down the aisles and just like scraping shells off.
Why couldn't we have used that in the first place?
Because I can only hold about a third of the shop in this. And you look around and it's a big shop.
And while she's focused on scooping stuff into her bag, can I also just take a scoop of stuff into my bag?
Absolutely. You get behind a couple of shelves and you start scooping. Roll me 5 D100s.
If you insist.
Yeah. While that's going on, I'm going to actually look out the front door to make sure some other weird thing ain't coming after us.
Okay.
What do I
Perception
see out
check,
the
please.
door?
A
Perception.
quick
check.
perception check for that, yeah. Leona?
Okay, first one is a 35.
Okay.
An 83. An 87. 34. And I just threw it off my desk. And a 100.
And a 100. All right. Zeke, what was your score there?
18.
18. You take a look out the door, and you do see, kind of, as you see some torches off in the distance, and some of the houses still have lights out front of them, you do see a couple of places where there are some downed villagers. You see swarms of mosquitoes still going through. You see another green hag going between buildings, and you see some shapes. And these shapes are very slithery, very scaly. You catch the light on one of them, and it's this deep swampish green. Looks a little slimy, a little bit of shine to it as it goes by. And as it goes by, you just see it going and going and going. And then it tapers off and keeps disappearing behind some other buildings and trees. For the 35, you picked up 3 bottles of liquid fatigue. The 83 was a couple more of those jars of that pinkish reddish powder. 87, you got a couple of some small flat containers that look like maybe they're makeup, but they have regen written on them. The 34, a couple more of the healing draughts. And the 100, you managed to swipe 2 buckets worth of troll blood.
Okay.
Yeah, she has absolutely no rhyme or reason to her shop. It just kind of things are wherever there was space to put new product. It's kind of a grab bag of hopefully you can find what you're looking for if you ever come into shop.
Good to know.
So I'm going to let the crew know that I'm seeing some really long swamp snakes coming toward the village, and there's the mosquitoes are there. We got to get there and try to save these people and find out where this stuff's coming from.
I'm going to go next to you. Do I see the hag?
The hag is kind of going between buildings, so you're catching a flash here and a flash there, and then it disappears for a bit, and you see another flash.
Is there
You're not sure
anything
if you're seeing one or more.
Is there anything that's stationary enough that I could hit it?
Not currently. Everything seems to be on the move, coming from the river, kind of around the side of the building, through the trees, up and across towards the road that you guys had come towards the building on. It seems like there's 2 ways out of this little town. Most of the villagers have gone one way, but kind of whoever's left is trying to run the other direction, which gets a little bit closer to the coast.
Okay, I will not be sniping.
You could certainly try.
I guess I'll try. Why not? I'm going to aim for one of the larger beasts underwater. To pull out my glimmering moon bow, and I'm going to just give it a little smooch, and then pull back the drawstring as it creates its own arrow, and then let go. And that is a 17 plus 11 for a 28.
Okay, and you waited until you saw some of the eyes before you shot?
Yeah.
Okay. You watch, let's see. Yes, okay. You see the arrow appear in the bow and fling off into the distance with a moon glow coming off the end of it like a very pale comet. And you watch as it goes straight between a set of the eyes and lands, and you hear and see the water whoosh and roil and boil, and you hear a screech.
Yes.
And then you watch as it drops down into the water. And the bubbles, you can see them off into the darkness. You certainly
Excelsior.
hit it, but you're not quite sure what you did to it. Go ahead and roll damage.
I think
Woo.
you just pissed it off.
So, I think my part of my swarm followed. I'm gonna deal the extra d6 damage with that for a total of 19 damage total.
Okay. How fast can your swarm move?
That is a great question. It does not give a. It just says. Let me pull it up. It just says once on each of your turns, you can cause the swarm to assist you in one of the following ways immediately after you hit a creature with an attack. So I guess they kind of like just flit around, imbue themselves within the bow or something.
Okay, I'll go with that. So you do some damage to it, but it definitely it moved off. You can see that it was definitely still alive after you hit it.
Okay. Very tough little Snicker snacks. I couldn't think of a good swear word.
I don't think it's very little. It's
No, that looks like a long, long snake.
It was a good hit. I will give you that.
Thank you.
But
Oh,
I think
my
you just
depth.
made it mad.
Well, so how are we going to get back to the village? I mean, we have the boat. You think we could keep the creatures off of us?
I mean, I can walk on water, but
Yeah, we can all walk on water now.
All right.
how
now we
long
can pull.
does water walk last?
1 hour, and it is not concentration.
Perfect.
Okay, well, I'd say we walk and pull the boat. What do you think?
Excellent.
All right.
All right, you see Anta come around the corner from one of her shelves and go, "Oh, good, you're still here. Let's go get the boat. Let's go get the boat."
That was the
Uh,
plan.
Yes.
Good,
Glad
we're
you
all on
do
the
it
same
on-
page. All right.
Yeah. Let's go. We're all on board now.
I guess you could say
Right.
we're on board with this plan.
S48, as Anta is passing you, you feel kind of a tap at your side, at your left side elbow, and you see as Anta deposits a little mechanical cat, little like wind-up toy mechanical cat, and just sets it on your arm as she passes by, and she just kind of gives you a passing wink as she goes.
Oh my god. I've always wanted a cat. Oh, hi. What's your name? And just gonna reach over and pet the cat gently. I'm gonna call you C48 for cat 48. I think that's the best name for you. And what do you do? Can you do a flip? And he tries to teach the cat how to do a flip.
Oh my.
As you're heading out to the boat, you're trying to teach this little mechanical wind-up toy how to do a flip, and you get onto the boat, you start heading in towards town, and you pick up a couple of people as you move deeper into the center of the city, with the alchemy apothecary having been on the outskirts. You have the boat, you have everything. You're kind of pulling it along as you walk, and Anta's got her pole, and she's kind of like pushing along the side, navigating you down some streets. She directs you towards kind of what seems to be the town hall. It's a little 2-story building. It's not very big, but it's maybe a third the size of her shop, but 2 stories high on these stilts. And you see that there are a couple of people on the platform of that building. And as they see Outta, they're like, oh, yeah, come over here, help us.
Room?
I'll walk over that way.
Okay.
Are you guys okay over here? Do you need assistance?
Do we look like we're okay? And she just like gestures around all her belongings.
It was a
and
rhetorical question.
Rising, it's almost to the platform at this point.
Do we have enough room to put them on? I'm looking.
Yeah, there's definitely room to get these folks on board.
All right, let's do it.
I just like pick them up, just like 1, 2, and place them on the boat.
A couple of them are really short, they're halflings as well, and they're just like kicking their legs like, ah!
Oh, you're
I
fine.
didn't consent to being picked up! And they get on
I
the boat, they're like,
apologize.
okay, no, that's okay. My stuff? Can you get my stuff?
Yoink. I do not know how much this boat can hold, but
It can hold quite a bit. It's designed to be a river traffic trading vessel. So.
Well, I feel like considering who owns it, there's probably some magic-y thing on it, so it probably carries more than what you would think.
okay, well
It's
then let
not
me grab
bigger
the
on the
others.
inside.
Right. Are we ready?
Alright. Outta gets the last person on board, and you hear just kind of from the corner just a whispered conversation going on. Roll me, whoever would like to, roll some perception checks.
Yes.
Are you listening to the conversation, or are you listening to what's out there?
Oh, conversation.
Oh, conversation.
Okay.
I'm
I'll
not
listen
good at
to what's out there. So that's 7 plus 14.
I got a 15.
Okay.
I got 12, 13.
So that's 21 total, yeah.
And S48, are you listening in, or are you focused on your C48?
Yeah, I think S48 is too busy with the mechanical cat, just trying to figure out what it can do, if it's purely just a toy or if it also can do, like, he's trying to figure out if he can potentially find familiar. That's what he's trying to do.
I love it.
Okay. Alright, for those of you listening into the conversation, you hear from Outta and this other person. It seems to be like maybe this is the mayor, because Anta's being a little deferential, but also like they know their power. They know what they do for the village. And they're just having a conversation about, okay, who's still here? Who can we save? Who's like been, who's gone? And you hear them whispering about the tribesmaster and what maybe these adventurers can take out the tribesmaster. Maybe this is finally the moment that something gets done. Mika, you are watching out. Are you looking out the left or the right side of where you're at? Forward, back? Which direction are you looking?
Say left.
Okay. You're watching out, and you do see something big slither between a couple of buildings, maybe 200 feet away from you. And then it disappears behind a stand of trees, and you're not quite sure where it goes. But you definitely saw a couple of eyes gleam by as it passed between the buildings. It looked fairly similar in head shape to the creature you shot in the water.
Okay. All right. Let's get going, everyone, before the big things I shot show up.
Outta
Duly noted.
perks her head and goes, "Big thing you shot? What did you shoot? Did you anger the things?"
Probably.
And you just watch her face go really pale, and she goes, "Okay, we're going." And she just grabs her pole and just like starts going really fast in the opposite direction of where you were looking.
Fair. No, that good choice.
S48, as you're playing with the little cat, figure out what it can do, you notice that all of its legs move, its head moves up and down, its ears go side to side, everything's on little swivels or gears, the tail swishes with ball bearings, and the little wind up, as you wind it up, it walks forward and does like a little crouch down and then a little pounce.
Okay, so but it is still a toy though. It's not sentient, right?
It seems to be just a toy, but
Okay.
Outta put it on you for a reason.
True. Can I do like a magic, like an arcana thing? See what kind of magic is powering it?
Yeah, you
I don't
could.
really have detect magic or anything, so
You could do a general arcana check, or... Yeah, I would say an arcana check.
okay. Don't fail me now. It's because I do have decent arcana actually. What do we have? Nope, that's a 12.
Alright. Yeah, you take a look at it, and you can see that it certainly does something. There's like little sparks when it does its pounds. You do it a couple of times and you watch and see how it moves. There's certainly a spell or something attached to it. You just can't really figure out exactly what it does just yet. It seems there's some kind of trigger to it that it just isn't triggering with what you're doing.
I think just because I can, S48 is going to change their appearance slowly to look more and more like the mechanical cat. And you see the ears, you see the face change. Like, he stays the same height, right? But it's like a life-size toy cat, basically, is what S48 looks like right now. Yeah. It's just...
Okay.
Hey, look, we match now. That's really cool.
As the rest of your party just...
Beautiful.
You've been together just long enough that you guys are kind of like, he does this it's just this thing, but you turn to kind of look because you start hearing these noises, and like you do double take because this is not something that you've seen him do before. Like he's very definitely looks like a solid version of a mechanical cat. It's just these globe eyes that just go blink, 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 blink.
That's fun. A little distracting, but fun.
I mean, I went searching for a cat once, and they had very similar eyes.
Yeah, I tried to... Yeah.
Alright. Mika, are you still looking out over the edge, or are you focused on what your friend is doing?
Very briefly, like I glanced over, made my comment, but now I'm looking behind us. I guess if I had to pick a specific direction to see if anything's trying to sneak up on us.
Okay, roll me another perception check.
That is a 9 plus 14 for a 23.
Alright, you look behind and you see coming up behind the boat is two swooshes of bubbles coming at fairly fast clip. And you see those two, and then you see two more pop up and more bubbles come, and then two more, and then you have a total of 6 coming after the back of the boat. There are maybe 50 feet between them and you as you look over.
How fast can this boat go?
Anta looks in alarm at your tone and goes, as fast as we can move it. How fast can you move it?
Oh,
It's
do
a
we have
pole
to
barn.
pull
I
it?
use the pole.
Oh,
Pulling
we're
and pulling and pulling,
Push.
pulling and pulling.
If you
Okay.
need help with making things move quickly, I can try to assist.
we need to move quickly.
I grab the paddle from Outta and I, as fast as I can, with as strong of strokes as I can, trying to move this
Okay.
boat.
If everybody is pitching in, we'll say that you do increase your speed, but whatever this is coming up, it is moving up faster than you are able to pull.
Ooh.
It looks like it'll probably catch up to you within a minute or two.
Okay, gonna get my short bow ready.
I am going to cast. Never mind. I don't think this will work. I was going to try and cast Web, see if I could cast that between us to slow him down. But I think to work effectively on fish, it would probably need to be between two poles. Nope. Okay, ignore me.
Well, if we're not able to outrun it, then we might just have to fight. I know it's not the most desired option, but we might have to do it.
I also have a thing. These things are. How many of them are there? Like 3, 4?
There's
Do you notice?
6 trails of bubbles coming at a fast clip behind the ship, coming up
6
at
is
you.
more than I can handle. But so I have a thing with my Eldritch Blast. It's called Repelling Blast, where it pushes creatures back 10 feet every time it hits. I could potentially do that for a couple of rounds for at least 3 of the creatures, while we try to keep getting further away, while the others we prep for whatever's happening. That could be something that I can do.
How deep is the water?
Where you guys are at, take a look at this. I would. You're
I guess it
working your
doesn't
way
necess-
towards the end of town, so you're trying to get to where it's dry land so that folks can get off the boat and go. I would say in this particular spot, it may only be, with the water rising, maybe 7 or 8 feet deep.
Okay.
And
If I were
as you're going, you are slowly getting shallower.
if I were to cast plant growth, it says the plants grow wildly. I imagine if something's swimming under the surface, that would cause difficult terrain for them if they're swimming towards us.
It could, but Outta has you guys kind of going over where the road is, so it's more like you might have small grasses under there, or maybe the big trees leaning over the side if you wanted to try to like have the trees reach down and trap it.
All right. Well, it just says like all plants within 100-foot radius become thick and overgrown. So, like, I'm assuming it's any plant
Possible.
just grows up and yeah.
You
Would
could
be-
certainly give it a try. It might work.
All right. I am casting plant growth. Choosing a place far enough away from us that's not going to impede the boat at all, but will catch the fish on the edges.
Okay.
After you do that, I have something that I would like to try.
Okay. I'm done. I did my thing. Let's see if it works.
Okay, do go ahead and read that to me one more time. So the plants go overgrown and it just creates difficult terrain?
Yeah, if you cast the spell, use choose a point within range. All normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown. A creature moving through the area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves.
Okay. You do notice after you cast that all of the water starts to kind of roil and bubble, and you see little plant tendrils coming up and everything growing, and the trees are starting to lean over, and you do see that it does slow the heads down, the bubbles, the whatever it is coming towards you. They
Okay.
do back off a little bit as you continue to very quickly pull yourself away.
Excellent.
After he does that, I'm just going to grab one of the vials of explosive ointment. Not knowing what
Ooh.
it does, but I'm just going to chuck it at where the creatures are at and see what it does.
All right, here we go for some of the fun stuff.
I love this for us.
I make them go boom. Simple as that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna need more dice.
Yes. More
Oh.
dice. It's good to hear.
Oh,
All right, so you throw this bottle, and it's, as you look at it before you throw it, it's a viscous jet black liquid, and it just kind of like sloshes loosely around in this bottle. You throw it, it goes 30 feet, it lands right in front of it. It makes a DC 15 dexterity throw. It does succeed. Alright, on a successful save, it takes half damage and isn't knocked prone, but that is 6d6 force damage.
Let's go.
So, do you want to roll 6d6 and do the damage, or would you like me to use what I rolled?
I would like to do it.
Go for it, 66.
Okay, so that first is 10. Ooh, 10 plus. So 25 total, so it would be half to 12.
Okay. 2, 12. And you just watch as it hits the water and it shatters and just big explosion. Super bright, and you just see the creature just. You hear another shriek, and it sounds exactly like what Mika had shot previously.
Well, I think it worked. At least a little bit.
excellent.
How many more of those vials do I have? Was it 2
I
more?
believe you grabbed. Yeah, I think you grabbed a total of 3, so you had 2 still to
Okay.
use.
Perfect. I do have 2 more of these if we need to use them later.
Oh,
And you do see that that particular set of bubbles that you had landed in front of does back off a little bit, but you still have the other 5 right there.
So yeah, I have something called blind sense. If I'm if I'm able to hear, I can be aware of location of hidden or invisible creatures if they get within 10 feet of us. So if they get that close or anything, I want to know.
Okay. So if another hag comes up on you, you'll know.
Exactly.
Okay.
S48,
Okay.
how is the cat?
Cat is doing great, but I think it's time to protect the cat, and I'm going to fire off my Eldritch Blast towards these things. I think it's S48 is trying to what's the word? He needs to know when to not be distracted. So yeah, so that's 3 blasts. That's a 19. That's an 18. That is a 20 without modifiers. So I'm guessing all 3 of those hit.
Yes,
Is-
all 3 do. Are they all towards one stream of bubbles or 3 separate?
3 separate.
Okay.
So that is the first one is 14 damage.
Okay.
The second one is 9 damage. And the third one is that's a 9 damage again. I rolled a
Okay,
2
and these-
on the crit. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. You do see. Alright, give me just one moment. I need to double check something here. That was 9, 9, and 14.
No, 14, 9, and 9.
Okay.
But you said the same thing. Never mind. Sorry. It was
No,
just
you're
the
good. You're good. Just want to make sure I did hear correctly. Okay. Let me just double check this real quick.
Make sure to hydrate everybody.
Yes, okay. Hydrate! Cha!
And posture check.
Hydrate, hippies!
I just finished my water like right before that redeem.
Alright, so with that attack, you do hit 3 objects, and you hear the shrieks, but it's in triplicate. You hear the as these heads come flying out of the water. One of them has these huge, long, kind of like a werewolf-like looking face, but elongated, scaly instead of furry. It's got big viper fangs coming from the end of the crest of this kind of hairy-looking scales across its head. The second one rears up, and it's kind of similar, but it's even more lizard-like. It looks more like maybe you've seen a bearded dragon, has kind of that spade-shaped head and the long neck attached to the backside, and a bit of a frill of spines. You see the third one come up, and it's got a set of 4 eyes, and this one looks like it's already been kind of damaged. It's got a ridge, heavy brow ridge, and one side of it is kind of healing off just a little bit from when Lemonheart hit it earlier, and all 3 of them rear up, and you see as one of your Eldritch Blasts has hit it, that the head just kind of swings and falls back into the water. But now of the 6, you still have 1 in the back, you've got 2 more to the side, and you have 2 heads rearing up.
Well, shit.
Well, at least we kind of know what's happening, why people are getting taken, but where are they coming from?
Ooh, great question.
Yeah, and where did they go? Do they have cotton too? Never mind.
Is there a hole we can plug up? Well, okay, first let's get the boat out of here.
Yes.
Then
let's
we
keep
can
going.
worry about all those other questions.
Yes.
I think I might have an idea to stray them off their path, but again, I'm not sure if it'll work. I
Use
take
one of us
one
as
of...
bait.
Not quite. I take one of the buckets of troll blood, and I yeet it off the side of the boat. Like, as far as I can throw it. See if the scent will throw them off.
Okay. So, give me 1 sec. Roll me a d20, let me know what you get.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a natural 20!
Yes.
Awesome. You
Let's go.
yeet this bucket of troll blood. It hits the water. The cork pops out. Blood kind of goes in the water everywhere. The creature, one of the heads locks onto it and kind of dives for it and kind of scoops up some of it and like definitely distracted. And some of the other head is starting to turn that direction. And you hear this rumbling, kind of sludgy, slimy sound.
Mm-hmm.
And that spade-shaped head that you had hit previously pops up and then splits into 2. And there's now 2 of them.
Oh no. I feel like I might have fucked up on that one.
Oh, okay. The more they eat, the more of them there are.
Duly noted.
Oh, I thought it was a feature of the troll's blood. Never mind. Okay.
Maybe, but that's what I see.
Or a
That's
feature
why
of
they're
taking
coming to the
damage.
village.
Or a feature of taking damage, like a Hydra. I certainly hope not.
That would be very concerning.
Oh, we gotta find some land and get off of here.
Again, just sort of going through this bag of items that I have that I may or may not have stolen. You cannot prove anything. I grab the liquid fatigue and I try to throw it. I'm just taking shit out of my bag and throwing it, trying to find something that'll work. So I'll grab the liquid fatigue and try to hit it, I guess.
Alright, before you throw that, you hear Anta from behind going, "Not the troll!" Oh, it's too late. You already threw the troll blood.
Was I not supposed
that's
to?
gonna come back to bite us in about 2 minutes. Literally.
Oh, don't say that.
You throw the vial of fatigue as she is saying that. Pull that back up here.
Yeet.
Ooh, where did that go? Ooh, I lost where that was. Just one moment while I read through. There it is. Alright, so you throw it, and the vial just kind of... It looks like it's like a little ball, like a marble on a chain, and as you throw it, roll me either an acrobatics or... No, roll me an athletics,
Okay.
and let me know if you beat a 15.
For an athletics, that means I have to roll an 11 or higher. And I rolled a 12 plus 4, so 16.
Yes.
Okay, so you did succeed. Alright, so this vial, as it hits one of the heads, it does shatter. And it kind of like catches it on the snout, and as it's opening its mouth to do something, a little bit of it kind of drips down and in. It does not succeed a Constitution saving throw, so that creature now has a level of exhaustion.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, let me pull up that chart so I can keep that handy. So, exhaustion. First thing that it does is give disadvantage on ability checks. So that creature has disadvantage on ability checks.
So if it came up out of the water, could I try to shoot it with the short bow?
You could. It is currently about 60 feet away, so it would still be a little bit at disadvantage, but it is far enough. I think I'll give it to you regular.
Okay. All right. That's 29.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh.
Pop off.
That's
Slay.
1d6 plus 5.
Big sleigh.
It's not a lot, but it's something. So that's 8 points. I had to try to get it. I had to nip it off.
How many points of damage?
8.
8. Okay. So it kind of slams into kind of the crest of one of them and takes a little chunk out of it, and it definitely it shakes its head and like turns from that other stuff going on and looks at you and starts to come forward again. The plant growth does seem to still be slowing them down. As you are pulling away, you do see another head rise up. And this one is very snake-like. It's very smooth, scaling all the way back with kind of a diamond-ish, anaconda-looking pseudo-pattern down its neck. And all of this, like, you're catching this in the flash of lights as you go flying by these little houses on stilts that are... The water's rising above the stilt level now, so the houses just look like they're sitting on the water surface.
Are they getting closer to us? I imagine they're out of the difficult terrain by now.
The difficult terrain is just about getting to the end of where it was at, so they are starting to catch up again, but they're still a good 60 to 70 feet behind.
Have we passed through any place where I could cast web?
With the houses now being kind of level with the water, you could try to cast it between two of the buildings as you pass through.
Okay, I'm going to do that to buy us some extra time.
That's not in the water, is it? It can go in the water, right?
It's currently
I
in the
assume
water
so.
with some of the heads sticking up.
Yeah, there's nothing in here that says the web can't be partially underwater.
Okay. You gonna try and kind of like go down the stilts a little bit, see if it can catch underneath?
Yes.
Okay.
Is the idea anyway. Yeah. Web. Pew pew. Just again, bring the rose out from behind my hair. Flick it. Rose petals. And then they join together and form a web. It's very aesthetic.
Got it. And about how far out can you cast this? Like, roughly how far behind your boat are you?
Up to 60 feet.
Okay.
And
so
where are they? How far back are the houses? Like, if we just passed the houses?
You're just passing the houses currently. You could wait until it's a little bit closer to where they're at, or you could do it right away. It just kind of depends on how quickly you want to cast it.
I'll wait for that sweet moment where they're about to get there, and we haven't quite hit that 60 feet mark, so that they don't see it and try and swim around.
Okay.
So one of those, like, wait for it, boom. Yeah.
Okay. So you do that. It does fill a 20-foot cube of space between there. And it does create difficult terrain. It obscures the area. Alright, and then each creature starts its turn in the web or that enters them during its turn has to make a dex saving throw. On a failed save, they are restrained. Okay. Alright, so the Hydra the creature, I should say, not Hydra. You mentioned Hydra earlier, I'm like, what?
Yeah, El Hydra.
For a brief second there, I'm like, you admitted it, it's a Hydra.
You mentioned it earlier, so it got stuck in my head here.
Yeah.
So it comes up, you shoot the web, it hits the web. It fails its save with a natural 1.
Nice.
And you watch as all 7 heads, or all 7 heads, because there's 7 of them there, 3 of which you can see, all of them hit and get stuck in that web. You have 3 that are above the water that you can see, and the trails of bubbles below, you see them boom, 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 kind of hit and stick. And you see just this huge mass start thrashing and moving, and you see a scaly tail come up, and you see some limbs start to pop out with long, kind of stubby fingers, but claws, and you see a couple of those come up. And whatever it is, it got stuck in there pretty solidly, and you guys are pulling away from it.
As we're pulling away, I'm going to take another pop shot at the thing. I'm going to go for the tail this time with 3 more Eldritch Blasts, just because it's just, at this point, it's just funny to piss it off even more, maybe.
Okay,
so
shoot off your Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, that's a 14. I don't think that's going to hit. Next one is a 25 and a 16. So a 14, a 25, and a 6. Okay, cool. All right. So that is that's a 1, really. So that's 6 points of damage plus another. That's a 2. That's great. This is great. That's 6 and 7, 13 points of damage.
So a 6 and a 7?
Yep. And I'm going for the tail this time because I've learned my lesson. So, yeah.
Okay, you're going to aim at that tail. Okay. You miss with 1 as it swings, but the other 2 catch the tail, and you can hear a very upset screech coming from under the water. So it's kind of reverberating in vibrations around your boat. And with that, you see as a whole bunch of heads do pop up out of the water. Some stuck in the webbing, and they're kind of like at weird angles. And each one is a little bit different. And you do see the head that has the troll blood kind of dripping out of its mouth, as that head starts to glow from that blood and also splits into two.
Oh.
I may have fucked up on this one.
That is where we're going to go ahead and go to break.
We live and learn.
And we will return here in a little bit. And we'll see you all soon.
Yeah.
The only daughter with more than half a dozen brothers and raised in the halls of the Fire Temple Dojo, Leona had to work twice as hard as anyone else. Not due to her size or being female, no, not at all. But because of her temper. Discipline was hard, but when she could control that rage, Leona was grace itself in combat. Many years of adventuring brought her to the canyon druids of Arisan, animal shapeshifters who used their gifts to aid the Long Valley in flourishing. Learning much from them, Leona agreed to take the path of the beast and found her way to the gladiatorial ring of Gyotar's Citadel of Fire. In the arena, Leona proved herself time and again in pitched one-on-one battles, in group skirmishes, and in showmanship's event to pander to the crowd. Setting aside a fair amount of money and useful gear won or bought in her fights, Leona turns to the ever-present internal struggle, learning to harness her powers to imbue others. These tricks led to that one final fight, the one that almost ended her. With this fresh in memory, Leona parts with the arena, booking passage east for new adventure with new companions. Leona trains with them, learns with them, and adventures with them, until one day... One child among many, in a family of poor farmers, Zeke spent his youth outside of school honing his skills, learning both the tradesman's talk of bargaining and the pickpocket's tricks when bargaining failed. Noticed during one such theft of food, the syndicate took Zeke in, paying his family handsomely for the loss of his services on the farm, and trained Zeke for years. Friendly with the mayor's daughter, Elizabeth, Zeke used his connections to further his own ends, ultimately taking a bite a little too big and getting caught by the Sorcerer Nox. Intrigued by his capture, Sorcerer Nox of the Temple of Earth took Zeke on as an assistant, teaching the teen the true value of the stolen ingredients and so much more. Hunting trips, royal parties, diplomacy trips turned dramatic escapes. Zeke was in the shadow of it all, plying their skills and even befriending monstrous rock birds. When the summons for aid comes from the Empress, Nox sends his young protege to help. This goes as well as can be expected, until one day... Growing up on the volcanic island of Ukrari, S-48 received his name when he was taken in by househead Abbas Najanvala, a notorious warlord. The 48th sorcerer to serve the family, Abbas threw him into the depths, a not-so-hidden fight club for the elite of the island. Over many years, S-48's power grew until one day he met his match in a tiny owl. This owl unleashed such a fury of eldritch blasts that S-48 almost died. Almost. Taken in by a new master, a fiend with a deal for his soul, S-48 dug himself out of the shallow grave and took passage south. With gifts from his patron and an incredible amount of luck, S-48 found themselves stronger than ever, and now in the employ of the Empress, a ruler of a piratical trades family with vast swaths of the continent Turgeron to their name. Content with their life, S-48 takes on any tasks and rewards given, until one day... Born on a floating spelljammer in the astral sea, Lemonheart's life has always revolved around travel. Learning young to care for the ship as the lifeline it is, Lemonheart learned from a man named Seamus how to track and hunt on the planes and worlds they visited. Amidst a starstorm, Lemonheart was separated from his families and ship, making new friends in the astral bees. Among his travels, Lemonheart learned to channel his innate magics and befriended many a druid. One such was Little Leaf, an earth druid of formidable power. Finding rumor of family on the world of Faerun, Lemonheart is taken in by a kindly woman, Charlie, whom together they defeated a necromancer and his bespelled animals. Finding adventures to be wearying, Lemonheart settles down for many a year, helping local farmers and selling herbs. But adventure soon calls once more, and Lemonheart finds himself on Idamar, a new world. Landing in the swamps of Turgeron, Lemonheart finds his way to the court of the empress there, staying a time, telling stories of his adventures, until one day...
Hello, welcome back to the second half of Get Out of My Swamp! I think we have a couple of players that might just be deciding they don't like anybody being in their swamp. Alright, where we last left off, Lemonheart used a fantastic web spell to trap the creature that was following your guys' boat. And it falls away as you move forward through the rest of the town. Zeke has an ability that allows them to feel when something invisible is coming up on them and has not yet felt anything on the water. As you reach the land, you find you still don't feel anything coming up on you.
Good.
You can see that there are some swarms of insects still around, but they look to be a little bit more normal. They're kind of buzzing over pools and still areas, not that there are too many of those. You do still hear a couple of frightened people, mostly on your own boat. Seems that everybody who got clear who could get clear has gotten clear, and you find yourselves drifting swiftly up on the edge of the village. It seems as if this just kind of street has run almost the entire length all the way through, and everybody's kind of lined up along it. You find yourself you have one stilt hut on this side as the water is lapping right up against the edge of it, and a hill rising behind it now. And on the other side, you can kind of see where the water of the river would have been from where you are sitting on the road. You can see a couple rows of just huts, trees, homes, and then open space where that river usually sits. Anta looks at everybody, goes, thank you for getting us all the way to safety, sort of safety. I don't know what's in the ocean or the roads or anything like that. But thank you, I appreciate it. Is there anything
Yes.
that I can do for you?
Well, you have been giving, working with our empress and helping her with getting things that they need. So keep doing that. Keep doing that.
And make sure to keep yourself safe.
I will most certainly attempt to. Oh, and she looks over at S48. You still have the cat, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Good. Hang on to it. When you're in a dire situation, throw it.
What do you mean throw it? Is it a bomb?
No, I don't make bombs.
Insight check.
No.
Yeah.
Insight.
Check. Yeah.
Go for it.
I missed my dice tray again. Jeez Louise. It's only a 12.
She does not make bombs. She is being 100% completely truthful.
I think she's
At
telling
least
the truth.
not bombs.
I thought you gave me this as a keepsake, not to use as a distraction. I'm not going to give this up. You shouldn't have given me a cat.
Entirely up to you, but if you find yourself in absolute dire straits, wind it up and throw it. I usually use my crossbow to launch them, but throwing it works just as well. You just got to get it up to speed.
What if I wind it up right now? What's going to happen?
If you just wind it up, it does this cute little like hunch and pounce, and it's just a little toy that moves and fiddles. But it's when you wind it up and throw it. It has to reach a certain speed before it'll actually activate.
Oh, velocity activation. Nice.
Oh,
Fantastic! It makes most of my stuff work. Anyway, thank you. I'm gonna go now. And as Anta says that and steps off of their boat, a huge wave of water comes and lifts the whole boat and swings it a good 40 feet up onto the land.
Sweet.
And rising up behind you, Zeke, you see it first, is this huge crested head, scales,
Oh.
6 eyes, 3 on each side, lining the sides of its head before it goes up into horns. Its body is covered in kind of a golden, scaly armor. Its arms are beefy, long claws at the end, holding a staff that twists down like a loopy guitar. It has curls of plants growing down its back, and it goes up and up and up and up, and it stands out of the water, part of its body and its tail still under, 60 feet towering over you. And it opens its mouth and its eyes glow green, and you hear, and you thought you'd get away. And it takes its very long 20-foot staff and swings it down towards you all. Roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Oof.
Uh, 24.
I got a 14.
I got 12.
I got 16.
Anta. And... Alright. You see this creature come up. You see Anta go completely white. You thought she'd gone pale earlier. She goes completely white now and just shakes a finger, looking at it, pointing at it, going, no, that's it. And she takes off running. Her boat left behind, the destruction left behind, all of the goods and damaged items just laying around. Some of it has definitely survived, but you've certainly seen sparks and fizzles and things behind you of things that have not quite made it. Lemonheart, what do you do as Anta scurries away?
So tempting to try and capture her before she gets away. Should I capture her? Should we capture her, or we focus on that.
Focus.
I think we
Focus.
focus on the big thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the thing
okay,
threatening the
please-
village. Yes.
How far away is it from us?
Currently, from where everyone kind of got thrown, you are about 40 feet from it, and it rises 60 feet out of the water, and it's still not its full body. You can see that its tail curls down and under the water.
Okay, so
Damn.
I'm going to my movement move back far enough so like getting its head is 80 feet away, so I don't roll disadvantage for my short bow.
Okay.
And then, yes, my glimmering moon bow, short bow. So I bring it out. I pull back. My rose petal swarm camp surrounds it. And I shoot the arrow. That is a 17 plus 11 for a 28.
That does hit.
All right. So I'm going to mark it as my favorite foe to add an additional d6. And then also, since it's hit, once I roll damage, going to use Gathered Swarm for it to take an additional d6 of damage. Hold on. Yes. All right. So it is going to take a total of 16 damage.
Okay.
Does the type of damage matter all that much?
Let me double check here. The type of damage does not currently matter now.
Okay. Excellent.
I don't like the way you
Excellent.
said currently, but okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was... that's, it's whatever. Okay. Then I think... I am... So... Can I stack favorite foe and hunter's mark?
What do they say individually again?
So for hunter's mark, it's concentration. You choose a creature they can see within range and mark it as your quarry. Until the spell is dealing extra 1d6 damage whenever you hit it with a weapon attack.
But favorite foe is not concentration?
Well, sort of. When you hit a creature with the attack roll, mark as a favorite enemy for 1 minute or until you lose concentration as if you were concentrating on a spell. But it's not a
Okay.
spell. So
But as
would
if
they-
it were a spell. So it's kind of two concentration spells, as
Okay.
it were. So yeah,
Okay.
it would conflict.
Okay. That's what I figured. Cool. Yeah, in that case, that's I guess I'll use for my bonus action Starlight Step to get 30 feet farther away. Yeah. And that is my turn.
All right, S48.
Okay. First, I'm gonna turn towards Leona, and I'm gonna quicken a spell, and I'm gonna
Oh,
reach out
wait.
my hand, and I'm gonna.
I'm so sorry. I'm so for
Your
interrupting. I get a
second
second attack. I get a second attack.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, let me just
Freeze frame. Just
Yes, that's a 10 plus 11 for 21.
Okay.
Let me just make sure that okay, so that's just never a hit, so that's d6 from that, and I'm pretty sure it's only once per turn for. Yeah. Well, okay. Cool. So that is
Okay. So
12
that was
additional
21.
damage. Yeah. So 12 additional damage. Boom. I remembered. Okay. I'm so sorry, Steve. It's.
All good.
Got it.
Yeah, okay. So S48 is going to turn towards Leona and be like, I learned this from an owl. I hope this helps. And he's going to offer them a fist bump. If you do, the thing, yeah. Once fist connects on contact, I'm going to quicken a spell and I'm going to cast Greater Invisibility on you. Yeah. So there's that, and as a bonus action, I'm gonna run like 20 feet away from the creature, just yelling, "Oi, shithead!" and I'm gonna cast Chill Touch on it. So that Chill Touch is mainly so it can't regen health. If it does, I don't know if it does. That's a 17 to hit. Does that hit?
A 17 to hit does not hit.
What? Oh.
That's a shame. Okay, it's fine. I did what I meant to do. That's fine.
I appreciate you, friend.
Yep.
Alright, is there anything else that you want to do on your turn?
No, I got my action, bonus action, and movement. I'm good.
Okay. Leona.
Okay. Bonus action
You are
rage.
invisible.
So they don't see the flaming lion's mane erupt as I am invisible. But so I go into
Zeke
a
does.
rage. Zeke sees it.
Sees it.
He gets it. And then when I enter my rage, I can choose up to 5 willing creatures I can see within 30 feet. I gain 5 temporary hit points for each creature that will accept this feature. I'm using Call of the Hunt. So if you guys accept this, you guys also get an extra d6 that you can roll for damage.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ooh. Wait, am I within range to get this?
Are you within 30 feet of me?
Nope. What?
Maybe.
But you
Just
were all bunched
barely.
together on the boat. Tossed, you're close to each other, and then you stepped back your distance. So
30
you're
feet.
probably like right at the edge of that. So you can
Yeah.
probably be right about the distance.
Okay.
Cool.
So additional d6, you said?
Yes. And with that temp HP, I'm now at 200, which I love. So then I'm going to use my 40 feet of movement to get right up on this creature. And I'm going to make 2 attacks. And they are at advantage because I'm invisible, correct?
Yes. Yeah, it
Okay.
cannot see you.
So the first one is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, that first attack is 13 points of slashing damage. And the second one is 26 to hit. And
That does
I'm
hit.
gonna so that is
Oh, apologies. It cannot see you, however, it does have blind sight.
Oh.
So
Do
it
you want
can
me to
perceive
re-roll
its
those?
surroundings without having to rely on sight. No, keep the rolls, just don't double the damage.
okay.
We'll
So-
just moving forward.
So yeah, the first I didn't double the damage on the first one, so that was still 13. This one is 11. On the first hit, I'd like to use Infectious Fury, so I need it to make a Wisdom saving throw of DC 18.
It does fail.
Cool. So I'm with Infectious Fury, on failing the saving throw, it's going to take an additional 2d12 of psychic damage for 10 points of psychic damage. And then with my second attack, I'm going to need another Wisdom saving throw, DC 17, because I'm going to make this a goading attack.
It does make it with an 18.
Damn it. Okay, but that will still add an extra 3 points of damage to the second attack.
Okay.
Excellent.
You guys, you kind of pummel it, hit it, getting all of this in, and you just kind of watch as he just kind of like, at that last one of the psych, it just kind of like shakes his head just a little bit, and then just kind of narrows his eyes and tries to scan and figure out exactly where you're at. He can't see you, but he can smell you and he can feel you. Are you still water walking?
I am, because I have the ring of water walking.
He can smell you.
Cool. And that will be my turn.
That brings us to Zeke.
Cool. All right. Well, I got my short bow. I'm around 80 feet away, up and back, and right? If I have to shoot up.
I was going to say, if you're going to shoot up and aim at his head, you might want to back up another 20 to 30 feet just to make sure you don't end up with disadvantage.
All right, so I'll make a move, and then I will make a shot.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. 20! I got it! No.
Natural 20?
Sorry. Sorry.
Let's go!
All right.
Yeah!
So,
Let's
what's
go!
really cool about this is it says once per turn I can deal an extra 8d6 damage to a creature you hit with an attack with a ranged weapon. And it says I don't need advantage if there's another enemy of the target within 5 feet of it. Somebody who came right up on them. Yes. All right. So I did a 20. I got to roll so many d6s.
Don't forget that you get extra d6 from me.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I have to roll 8, 9, 10 d6 plus 5.
And then
Boom.
you double
Let's
it.
go.
Double
Right, and then double it because he rolled natural 20.
Yes.
What a time to do that.
Okay, I did 14 with the first 5. $18, 14 plus 18. Gosh, trying to do math is like killing me.
32.
32.
32. So that's
Waiters are a wonderful.
32, and then we double that
64.
plus 5.
69.
69.
Nice!
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes. And
69 points of damage. You watch as it rears back as it gets hit and just flings its arms out and just kind of like its tail swishes, and it does not look happy.
so I can also take a bonus action to hide.
Is there anything nearby to hide behind? There's trees, there's the boat itself if you move back forward, if you have the room to move. The closest thing to you is probably kind of a stump of a log that is like leaning at an angle out of the water.
Yep,
or
and
out
I'm
of the
naturally
land.
stealthy. So I can hide when I'm obscured by something that's at least like a size larger than me, maybe. I can be underneath that.
Yeah, you do manage to like sidestep behind this log and just like hunk down and be like, he's fighting. right. That brings us around to himself.
Oh boy.
And himself is mad. He got hit by something invisible that he knows is close to him. He got hit by this bow from a far distance. He is quite upset. He is going to... Give me just a moment to pull this up so I don't get this wrong. He is going to cast Fear on the area around him. That's a 30-foot radius. And he has...
Does that only hit me then?
He's aiming for the invisible one, trying to catch you. So it is a 30-foot cone. He's going to try and aim it around, try and get you in that. He projects phantasmal images of your worst fears. You must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or drop whatever you're holding and become frightened for the duration.
Hold on.
You're a barbarian, raging, right?
Yeah.
I
think I'm immune to fear if I'm raging.
Okay. He's unaware of that, but if you're raging and you're immune to fear, he's mad. He's trying.
Hell yeah.
I'm just trying to read my character sheet just to make sure.
Go for it. Go for it. So while he's attempting to do that, he is also going to use his spear, and he's going to aim for Zeke with that short bow. He's going to try. He saw where you were at. You disappeared. He then changes his direction and aims for S48. That is a 21 to hit.
Oh shit, okay. Sure, yeah.
Okay, that is...
Wait, what does he hit me with?
A spear. He's taken his big spear
He has
and
a
he's
spear? Holy shit, okay.
It's a very long, it's almost 20 feet long. It has a spear on the butt end, and as it goes down, where he holds it, looks kind of like a very stylized guitar curve at the bottom. And it has what looks like strings going down it, but it looks like they're not made from your standard kind of materials that you would think that they'd be made of. It looks a little thicker than that. But he grabs it by that end and throws it at you for a total of 15 points of damage.
Okay, yeah. That's okay. So I forgot to mention something earlier, but I got 8 temporary hit points when I downed the hag. It's a feature that I have Constitution, Charisma modifier plus Warlock level, so that I have 8 temporary hit points. Just wanted to let you know if you're also keeping track of HP. So, yeah.
As long as you guys are keeping track of your HP, I keep track of the base number, so if you add temporary hit points, I just keep note of that as well.
Yeah, that works.
I
Okay.
actually don't think I'm immune to fear. I can't find it on my character sheet.
From what I remember, if you have more than 6 levels in Barbarian, if you're like 6th level and above, when you're raging, you're immune to fear.
Oh.
That's what.
Yeah, it would be under your class features.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
Yeah, under features and traits.
I couldn't remember if it was like subclass specific or not.
Oh, it is the Path of the Berserker that grants Barbarians Mindless Rage feature, which makes them immune to charm and fear effects while raging. So it's specifically the Path of Berserker that does that.
Okay. What kind of saving throw is it?
It is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, that is not my strong suit.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I could help with that. Dang.
And it's a DC 16 to beat.
Well, I just rolled a 15 on the die and I have a +1. So, I barely make it.
Right at it.
Sweet.
Let's go.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay, so when the dude hit me with his spear, I would like to just look him in the eyes, watch the spear coming, and the minute the spear makes contact, I'm just gonna finger guns him and be like, "Two can play at that game, buddy," and I'm gonna hellish rebuke him. That is a DC 18 dex save.
DC 18 dex save?
Yep.
That is an 18 on the die plus 4, so he succeeds.
Yeah.
Oof, he still gets half damage, so that's that is gonna be 2d10 is my thing. That is, so that's a 14, so that's half to 7. 7 damage is what it takes. 7 fire damage.
Ooh, fire damage, nice.
Fire damage. Ooh. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. So you do that to its attack. It did its hold on a second. There we go. Alright. What will occur now is it will wrap up to Lemonheart. You are up next. The Naga is going to stay where he is at this moment.
Okay. Is that its turn? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna do double attack. I'll roll for both my attacks at once.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. So it's a 2 and a 3 on the dice. With a plus 11, I don't think I'm gonna hit it.
Oh no.
For a 13 or
No.
14. Yeah.
You do not. Roll me a D100
That's not
for the 2.
That's a 64.
64.
That is very unfortunate.
Oh no, this decided to freeze up on me. So I one moment. Need to reload that. Okay. Sorry, my program decided to shut down on me that had all that information. And back up. I'm thinking about it. Let's see, we'll get to it first. Menu file or the old. Sorry. It decided to freeze on me and now it won't move. Now it won't show anything.
Oof. Anything
Oh
you
no.
look up?
I do have a secondary set of information. Give me that roll one more time. That was a
64.
64. As you aim for it and the first attack misses, it redirects off of a scale, kind of bounces back towards you, and manages to break a bottle that you recognize, for you carry a few of them as a potion of health of a greater variety.
Womp.
kind of one of the items that fell out of the boat.
All right. That's... Sorry, everyone. I'm just...
It's alright, shit happens.
I'm a little scared right now.
Yeah.
Is that everything
Yeah, that's everything useful I can do anyway. So, unless I want to... No, that's not gonna... maybe?
Do you think you got something up your sleeve?
Nothing worthwhile. I'm good. I'm done.
Before we move to S48, you watch as the water around him starts to bubble and starts to move. And you see Leona, as you're standing at the base of him, all these mangrove roots shoot up out of the water and wrap around you and grapple you.
Do I get a roll or anything?
You have a dex save to avoid it.
And I have advantage on dex saves from effects that I can see. So with that...
This was under the swamp water. You could not see them coming up at you. You could see the bubbling, but you weren't really aware of what was going to happen.
Okay.
You need to beat a 16.
That is a 19 total.
Okay, so you do manage to kind of wiggle out of it and go whoosh, shoot, and get out of there.
I don't think so, bud.
However, the mangrove roots are kind of all over the place. You can see the branches coming up. Everything is moving through the water and kind of almost like it's alive. And it makes it difficult terrain.
Which doesn't affect me because of my ring of reaction.
Good there.
I got really lucky with the magic items I picked.
Absolutely. That brings it to S48, your turn.
Okay. So, I was gonna do something wild, but then I realized that our friend is probably invisible somewhere near the creature, and I don't want to risk that. So, instead... Okay, so... Fuck it, we're using all of our sorcery points. I'm going to quicken another spell. I'm going to cast Blight on the creature. That's a DC 18 con save.
And what does Blight do?
It's basically necrotic damage.
Necrotic or... just necrotic?
Yeah, I believe so.
That was a natural 20 on the die.
I'm gonna silvery barbs that. Can I silvery barbs that?
Yes, you can!
Go ahead and explain what that does.
So it basically gives them disadvantage on their dice roll.
Okay.
It's a feature from Fey Touched. It's what I use when I take Fey Touch, but basically it's a creature that I see within range, give them disadvantage on their next roll, and give any creature that I see advantage on their next roll.
Okay, so it's for the next roll. He already made the roll.
No, it's like the current roll that they have made for an attack, check, or save. The creature re-rolls. Yeah. So when you see a creature when a creature within range succeeds on an ability throw, ability save, attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, I can cast Silvery Barbs.
Okay, got it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so
and
the
I
second
will give
roll did not succeed.
Perfect. And I'm going to give the advantage to Lemonheart. Yeah. Okay, so that is 8d8 damage. Let me roll that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Plus, I'm going to take that d6 that I was offered from earlier. That's a total of 40 points of damage, necrotic damage.
Let's go.
And this is a quickened spell, so I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Chill Touch again. Again, I don't know if this thing can heal, but I am doing my best to stop it from doing that. So that's a 24 to hit. I'm assuming that hits. And that's going to be another 3d8 necrotic damage. That is a 15.
Alrighty.
Let
You
me
hit it
mark,
with that, and it just kind of like swings back a little bit and just glares at you for like looking down to looking up at you again, and you see that it's starting to eye you and starting to look at where its spear is sitting.
Okay, and so did the spear, like, did it hit me, and am I like, can I walk around, or am I stuck to the ground because of the spear?
Maybe a d20 roll.
Okay, that's a 3. Of course, that's a 3. That's great.
Then I would say yes, it did in fact manage to impale you, and you are a little bit stuck to the ground.
Okay.
I would say
so
you are not grappled per se, but your movement speed is reduced to 0.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna look at it and just do the come at me bro thing. And yeah, that's my entire set of movement. Oh, also I made a con save for when I got hit last time. And I passed that for the greater invisibility, so that's still up.
Okay, cool. Okay. So you are still invisible, however, he does kind of have an awareness now of exactly where you are based on smell and a few other things there. But Leona, it is your turn.
Would I be able to, like, climb up this, like, these writhing vines at all to try and get, like, higher up on them? Or
Yes, you could. He looks like he literally like was laying in the swamp and things started to grow. So you could probably find enough handholds with a good athletics track.
Or I can do, with my bestial soul, jumping. When I jump, I can make an athletics check and extend my jump by a number of feet equal to the check's total. So I'm going to try to jump up higher, either onto him or onto the vines around him.
Okay, let me just pull up. So for a jump, you are leaping into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier if you move at least 10 feet on foot before you make the jump. So you would need to move 10 feet.
I'll go
in any
10
one
feet
direction.
back, and then I'm
Okay.
just going to get a running start and jump.
Okay.
Because you said my base jump is like 3 plus my strength modifier?
Correct.
So that's 7, plus this athletics check.
Mhm.
Plus 18,
Okay.
for a total of... I jump 25 feet straight in the air, and I want to try to, like, latch onto him, or the vines, whatever I'm able to grab. And then I'm gonna take my 2 attacks. But you said it's not... What?
Sorry, just go ahead and declare what type of attack you're going to use, because if your glaive is a two-handed weapon, you would need to be able to have both hands free to be able to make those attacks. Because right now you're gripping onto it, you're
Okay.
holding onto him, you're kind of like hanging off the side
Then
of him.
I will do a bite attack and a claw attack.
Sushi.
Yummy. And I'm gonna make the first one reckless to give myself advantage. And that's a natural 20.
Woo! Let's go!
So that was the bite attack for 23 points of piercing damage, and it does count as magical.
Okay.
And then with the claw, you know what? I'll make the second one reckless. Why not? Am I able to make more than one attack reckless?
I think it's only the first one on your turn.
That's fine. And then 15 plus 9, 24. For 9 points of slashing for the claw attack.
Right.
So that was movement, 2 attacks. I can't really do anything with my bonus action right now. Oh, wait. Once on each of your turns, when you attack with a claw using the attack action, I can make one additional claw attack as part of the same action. So I'll make one more claw attack.
Awesome.
For a 19 to hit.
19 does not hit.
Shit. Good to know. I still hit with two attacks. I'm happy. That will be the end of my turn.
Alright. That brings us over to Zeke. Zeke, you're looking up, you watch your friend. You can see your friend, as long as they're within 10 feet of you, correct?
Oh, you're muted, Julie.
Thank you. For which one? The blind sense? Yeah. They have to be within 10 feet.
Okay, so you know that your friend is over there. You cannot see them, but you do know that your friend is within the vicinity of this creature. But you see as she gets that bite and that claw in that he just kind of rears back and like takes his claws and like starts to go down like he's looking at his chest trying to get something off of him.
Sweet.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to do the short bow again. I will come out from under where I am at, where I'm hiding.
Okay.
And I will try the short bow again. 21 altogether.
21 does not hit.
Oh! Dang, okay.
What?
Let's see, is there any other attack? No, it's just the damage. I have extra damage. It's not an ability check. I didn't roll a 1. Dang it. Well, okay, I'm still going to, I'm going to hide again. Because I don't want this guy to come after me.
Okay. You pop out, you try and hit him. It doesn't quite make it. It goes right past him. And you hide again.
Yep. I had in a different place, another log, because didn't want him to see me pop up.
Okay. Get yourself to a different location. Alright, he... He is going to kind of... You see him try to do two things at once. He's going to bring his tail up and try to sweep Leona off of him. And that is a... Sorry, nothing thingamabobber goes. There it is. A 21 to hit.
I'm gonna use my reaction. I can use my tail as a reaction to swipe my tail and roll a d8 and add that to my armor class, potentially causing it to miss. So I just need to roll a 3 or higher. And I rolled a 3, so that makes my armor class 22.
Awesome. Okay, so his tail sweep does not succeed. You're just like, whoa, real quick.
It's
But
like a
he
cat.
is
It's like,
then... He is then going to use that tail as it sweeps past to try and swing back up, wrap around you, and constrict you.
okay.
That is a 18 plus 9 to hit.
I think that hits.
Alright, that does on its own. Do I have enough D8s? 3.
I got 200 HP right now. I'm fine.
Oh my god, so will I get one more D8 out of here?
Oh god, she
Alright,
goes to the
that-
backup stash.
7, 14, 18, 23, 27 points of damage.
What kind of damage?
Bludgeoning. So it is, I believe,
am
halved for you.
resistant to. So that's 14 then? Halved?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Right.
Guys, I
And-
love barbarians.
With that, he has also constricted you. You are grappled, and until the grapple ends, the creature is restrained, and our lovely friend cannot himself constrict another target. So his tail is wrapped around you and holding on to you in front of him. That is that. That is that. He is then going to use his second attack to slam you into the ground and hold you underwater.
Okay.
That is a 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That's-
I'm just. Okay, I just didn't know if my reaction carried over. I think it was just the first attack. So,
one
21
reaction
hits.
per round.
21 hits.
Okay, so he's gonna slam you into the ground for... that's 10, 15, 22, 24 points of damage.
Bludgeoning, I'm
So
assuming?
12? Yes, bludgeoning. So 12. And you are being held underwater. How long can you hold your breath?
Well, my constitution is +5.
Oh, wow.
I have a 20 constitution.
So that gives you 6 minutes that you can hold your breath underwater. You're beefy.
Right on.
So for 60 rounds of combat, I'll be fine.
Alright, that is its attack. That is its legendary action. That is its second attack. And it is going to move forward and come towards the edge of the water. It's going to get about... It's currently 40 feet out. He's going to get to where he's about 20 feet out. He's going to get closer so that he can... no, he's going to get about 10 feet out because he wants his spear back. That brings us back around to Lemonheart.
How far away is it from me?
30 feet.
Oh, 30 feet. Cool. I am going to... Oh, actually, do I need to rush towards it? So I'm going to go forward about 15 feet. Then I'm going to cast Thunder Wave as a 5th level spell.
Alrighty.
And so it needs to make a 17 Constitution saving throw.
He fails. That is a 16.
Excellent. So that is 6d8. Let me just get some d8s here. 4, 5. There we go. 6. Please don't have be a mistake. Oh, excellent. So that is 16, 21, 24, 30. That is 31 damage. It's pushed 10 feet away from me. In addition, unsecured objects that are probably doesn't matter. Okay, I think that's all it does.
Alright. So, Leona, you are pulled 20 feet, 30 feet, and then suddenly 10 feet back. You're like, woo! Splooshing under
Guys,
the
I am
water.
getting dizzy down here.
Shoot, though, for my bonus action, I guess I'm going to Starlight step back 30 feet.
Okay.
And
So
then
that's it.
that is my turn.
Now you're about 70 feet back from him.
Excellent.
So
Yeah.
That brings us to S48. And I believe Steven may have lost power, so we might or might not have him here.
Oh no, I'm here. I'm okay. We good. How bad is this?
Awesome. It is your turn.
Yeah. How bad is this thing looking?
He's looking kind of rough. He's not, like, he's still standing. He's still very strong. He's starting to look like he's missing some chunks. Like, some of his golden scaly armor is starting to kind of peel off where you guys have hit him. He's got bite marks and claw marks and all kinds of things going on down his chest. He's got a couple of horn pieces that have been knocked off. He's got a snapped off one on this side. He's still up, but he's starting to look a little worse for the wear.
Okay. Right. I am going to. And how far down is Leona from its head? Like the distance between Leona's head, the distance between Leona and the creature's head. How much do you think the distance would be?
Well, easily a good, he's 60 feet up to where his head is at. His head is curved down, so he's got it down maybe to 40 feet. Leona's a good 10 feet under the surface, so 50 feet difference.
Okay, alright, that is great. I am going to reach into my pocket, pull out a wand, and be like, let's see you dodge this, shithead. And that's my favorite insult today, I guess. And I'm going to cast Fireball, using my wand of Fireball, at 9th level. And
Well then.
yeah, that is a DC 18 deck save.
That is an 18 on the nose.
Oh, come on. Okay, it's fine. He still gets half. That's fine. How much damage is that? That's 8d6 plus another 66. That's
9d6. No, 11d6. No,
it's
8
14d6.
8 plus 6 is 14. I can do math, I swear.
Just to clarify, how much was that total?
14 d6. I'm rolling the dice right now.
I mean, even if you hit me, I am resistant to fire.
And you're underwater, so it's not
And
like
I'm underwater, I'm fine.
It's only 1 6 on the whole bunch. No, 2 6s. Okay. Total of 46 damage. So that's half to 23, I guess. Yeah. Does it look like it takes the full 23, or does it look like it takes less than what I was expecting it to take?
You watch
Because it is technically a
as
swamp water creature, right? So
fireball. You watch as the fireball hits it right in the face. It closes its eyes, it rears back, and it roars. And its just mouth opens wider than you expected it to. It kind of does that alien creature head thing where the jaw drops open, but then splits open like a snake. Kind of wiggles and roars at you. He is very, very mad. He definitely took the damage, but he is extremely upset, and now he is focused on you.
that's okay.
So did he let his arms up and let people go?
Its tail is still holding Leona under the water.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my bonus action to Eldritch Blast it. And I'm aiming for the tail this time, hoping that it'll let Leona go. With that, that's 3 attacks each.
Is that Eldritch Blast fire or?
No, it's just force damage.
Force damage. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the first one is a 27, the second one is a 29, and the third one is a 19. I don't think the 19 hits, does it?
Yeah, 2 of the 3 hit.
Okay. Alright, so that's not great. 9 plus 10, 19 damage. On total, both of them together.
Yeah, he's you hit him, he's getting mad. He manages to dodge one of them, just flinging his arm up, and it kind of shoots off of it a little bit. He's definitely looking rough at this point. He's got little chunks missing. He's got, a whole, essentially a bracer piece of his armor has kind of shredded and fallen off. You can see that his arm underneath is this kind of greenish, scaly skin that has flecks of gold throughout it, mixed with different kind of greens and browns and different textures underneath to match kind of what you can see of his jaw and his head. And his green glowing eyes are just kind of getting bigger and narrowing down further. You see as all 6 of them are staring right at you.
I don't like this, but S48 doesn't know when to shut up. So he's going to look this creature right in the eye, still impaled by its spear, by the way, and just look at it and just be like, "What's the matter? You run out of pointy things to poke me with?" And that's it. That's my turn. I'm done.
All right. That. Oop. Sorry, hold on. The wrong thing. That brings us to Leona. Leona, you are underwater. And actually, sorry, before we get to Leona, the swamp protects its own. He starts to sink down as the water rises up around him, and it kind of seems to pull him under. Leona, you feel yourself being forced and moved through the water, and you're moving swiftly. It feels like it's going faster than you yourself can move when you're walking. He comes up and closer to the water's edge, but further over to the side, you see another eruption of water come up as the Naga comes up over the side, about 30 feet distant from where you guys are at, but still within 10 feet of water's edge. No, you're just like...
Help me. Okay, because you said I'm restrained.
You are grappled.
Oh, I'm grappled? I thought I was restrained as well.
Yeah, you are, until the grapple ends, the creature is restrained, but you can make an escape DC of 15 to get out of it, and then you'd have half movement to move, if you succeed.
But that would take my action, correct?
Mm-hmm.
This is difficult.
Did the damage to the tail do nothing to free Leona?
No, it unfortunately did not.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I know being restrained usually involves disadvantage on my attacks, but if I were to just bite him, would that still have disadvantage?
Yes, because you are also holding your breath.
Okay. Okay, I will. I'll use my action to try and break out, I suppose. And what am I rolling?
A DC of 15 or higher or greater?
Okay, is that like a strength check, athletics, acrobatics?
It would be strength, yes.
Flat strength.
Yep.
I threw it off my desk again. So +4. That is going to be a 6.
Do not manage to escape the grapple. As long as it wasn't a natural 1, you're good.
It was not a natural 1, it was a natural 2. So. Oh wait, I have advantage on strength checks when I'm raging. And that's a natural 20! Oh my god, okay.
So you do manage to escape the grapple. You have half of your movement to try to get either up out of the water, away from him. Where would you like to go?
I just don't want to move out of his melee range because I don't want to take an opportunity attack. So I will just try to like swim around to like the back of him, where he's like, because he's swimming one direction. I want to swim like around him essentially.
Okay, so he moved and then stopped and came back out of the water. So he is currently still.
Okay. I just like back myself up against like, I don't know, like something that's in the water. I'm just like, okay. That will be my turn.
Okay.
You doing okay?
Yeah, no, I little out of breath, but I should be fine.
Just to clarify, you moved to the side or in front of him, between him and the ground, to the side? Where are you currently at?
Between him and the
shore?
Land. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so between them and the shore, and then he's reaching out that direction. He's got S48 impaled. Okay. Is there anything else that you are wanting to do?
That's my turn.
Zeke, down to you. You are muted.
Thank you. I assume I'm still within 320 feet.
Yes.
All right. Crossbow. Ooh, 27?
That does hit.
Yes. Roll a 17. Oof, okay. And then I get to do my sneak attack as well. Because Leona's still right there in front of me. All right.
Got you.
And so I only have 9. I don't have an extra point anymore, correct?
Yeah, I think you used your 1d6 earlier.
Yeah.
When a creature hits a target and deals damage to it, the creature... It's until my rage ends, so...
It's until your rage ends.
Which it has not ended yet. So
It has not ended yet, so you do have that.
you still have that
1,
extra
2, 3, 4,
d6.
5. Okay, so I have 10 d6.
Let's go.
Okay. 15. Okay, 15 for the first set. $32 altogether. Oh wait, plus 5. 32, 33, 34, 5, 6, 37. That's a good number, 37.
37. You see, as he takes that hit really hard, it seems to definitely cause him to pause and think a moment before he shakes it off and keeps going.
And I'm
Definitely
still gonna,
has seemed to have
I'm
slowed.
still gonna hide. I'm still gonna hide because he does, I don't know if he's coming back or not, so I'm hiding again.
Okay. And just for clarification, are you hiding directly out from him? So like Leona's in the way, you've got S48, and then you've got yourself, or are you off to the side somewhere?
But I don't want to be behind of S48 because I don't want to hurt him. I'm a little to the left.
Okay. Alright.
And Leona just has to be within 5 feet of him for my attack to work.
I got you.
Gotcha. Alright, that brings us to his turn. He is very upset. He has been poked and prodded, and these people have been moving into his swamp and destroying his fish supply. They have been causing trouble and putting these dirty boats in his waterways and stealing supplies. He takes a look at all of you. You've done him a lot of damage. You watch as his jaw opens up, and in his mouth is this glowing ball of white, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it's about 25 feet across, glowing out of his mouth. And he emits this massive beam of bright light just straight up the beach, hitting everyone along its path. Please, everybody, make me a Constitution saving throw against this obliteration beam.
Even if I'm on the side, I wasn't.
You didn't have a chance to go 25 feet out. You're only
I'm like 70 feet away.
from him, but it's a 500-foot beam,
Yeah.
25 feet wide.
Okay, again, so we're doing what kind of
Constitution.
caution?
Constitution
Is this
saving
a
throw.
is this a spell or is this like a ability, like a breath weapon? What is this?
This is a spell that he is casting.
I'm gonna counterspell it.
Are you able to counterspell a 9th level spell?
No, but I can roll for it, right?
If your counter spell cannot reach a 9th level, then you cannot counteract a higher level spell.
Wait, I thought if it's a lower level spell, then I roll 10 plus.
I think that's dispel magic.
See, the counterspell says you attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. If the casting of the spell is 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spell casting ability. The DC equals the 10 plus the spell's level.
So I'm looking at counterspell. It's a 3rd level spell. If I get spell casting a spell or higher, make a difficulty check. DC equals 10 plus, so you have to at least be a 19.
Yeah, and my spell casting modifier is 10, so I need to roll a 9 or higher. Right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Let's do this. It's a 10.
You watch as this beam comes out and flings towards you. You are impaled to the ground. What do you say to counter this spell?
I just look at him, I look at the beam, and I'm like, that's not a pointy stick. and I just expel my own magic right back at him. Yeah.
It expands in a wave away from you, and this beam hits it and just fizzles out. All of you are kind of like a little bit blinded for a second because of just the brightness of this light as it came towards you, and you realize you are still alive.
S48.
I don't know how, but we.
S48 is great.
I don't know how we survived that, but we did.
I don't know how you did either, because holy cow, dude, that's a 9th level spell. That is one of the new ones.
It was
that
called
came out.
Obliteration Beam?
Yes, it is 500 foot long beam, 25 feet wide. And when it does succeed and hit, it does 11d10 radiant damage and 11d10 force damage.
Yeah, that
Any
would have killed me
creature
for
hit
real.
is forced 50 feet away and knocked prone.
So 22d10 total. Why do I feel like I would be the only one to survive that? Send me that spell later.
If anyone successfully survives it, until the end of your next turn, the area does emit bright light for 500 feet and dim light for an additional 500 feet, and the spell damages and pushes any objects in the area. So all of those potions and spell bottles and things that were around you might have just gone and made it worse.
Oh, good job. Good job.
S48, I love you.
So
You
that
were
was
homie?
his first attack.
Shit.
S48 has now made him very upset, very angry. He is going to come up right to the edge of the land. He's going to reach over and grab his spear.
Does
It's still his
he
turn.
leave my melee range?
Remember, his body is 80 feet long.
Okay, I was just wondering if he was leaving my melee range or not.
His body, the lower part of his body is still close enough to your melee range. And he is reaching out, grabbing the spear with his buddy there impaled, grabs the bottom portion of it and pulls S8 and the spear up and out and takes a bite attack on him.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that's a pointy thing.
There's no extra action.
That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That is...
With my reaction, I can make a melee attack. Or wait, hold up. That's a lie.
That is 15 points of piercing damage. And
Okay,
please
yeah.
make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay.
I can make a reaction attack on him as he attacks S48.
Okay.
It
give
was
me
a
one moment.
15, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I got a 17.
Okay, so you take half damage. That is 4d8. 5d8 times 2. Sorry, I'm going to have to do a bit of math here for a moment. Nope, that was that. Plus 4 plus 6 plus 8. Oop. Plus 8, not multiplying. And then another 5d8. That is plus 8 plus 7 plus 1 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3. So you take an additional
S48, it was nice knowing
59
you.
points of poison damage.
Wait, how much?
Sorry, cut half because you succeeded.
Yeah, how much is that?
So that if you're round down, that's 29 points of poison damage as he takes a bite out of
29.
you.
Okay.
You're basically a shish kebab at the moment.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna use a reaction to, as he does the pointy thing, I'm just gonna go, shit, what am I gonna
You
say?
already used your reaction to do counterspell.
Oh yeah, fair. Okay, yeah.
But I will take my reaction attack because he's attacking S48.
Yeah, go for it.
24 to hit.
24 hits.
Okay. For 13 points of magical slashing damage.
Okay. He definitely does not like that, and he looks up from his tasty meal to try and figure out where that came from, because I believe you are still invisible, are you not?
Oh, I am, but he has to roll a concentration check on greater invisibility.
Yeah, I need to do the math on that because there was 15 damage. So that's on the first one I saved, but the second one was 29 damage, right? 29 halved
Correct.
is 14. So that's a 14
No,
that I need
it
to
was-
save.
It was 59 halved for 29.
Yeah, no, I took 29 damage, but the con save is half of the damage you take, right?
You took 59 damage, half of that is 29.
Yeah, so I took 29 damage, and then half of that is the con save, right? So that's 14 is what I need to roll.
No,
Yeah, okay.
the half with the con save was the 29. So you take the 29.
Well, the
points-
concentration check is half of the damage that he took. He has to roll half of the damage that he took to maintain
Which
concentration.
would have been 59.
So
Okay,
half the
yeah, no,
damage he
yeah,
took
that
was
would-
14, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
My bad, sorry.
Okay, that's a 12 plus
That
that is my
works.
con 7, 19. Yeah, I'm good. The invisibility is still up, yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So that is the end of his turn there. Lemonheart.
All right. Do I still have advantage from silvery barbs?
Yes, you do. You have a plus. Yeah, you have an advantage on your next on any attack roll, check, or save for the next minute since I cast it. So
Okay.
yeah, you're good.
Cool. First attack. Oh my god! Even with advantage, that first attack misses.
What'd you get?
It was a 4 and a 6.
Oh, yeah.
Why do my dice hate me all of a sudden?
Oh no.
That's an 8 on the dice plus 11 for 19.
That misses, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's my turn.
Any movement, anything else?
No, I'm gonna stay far away.
Alright. That brings us to... I think he's not going to make use of that. That brings us to S48.
What time of the day would we say this is?
This is getting on into evening. It's, maybe 3-4 hours past sunset.
It's dark.
It's
Okay.
fairly dark. There's some torches from the houses that are around. Some of them are starting to sputter out with no additional fuel, but you still have kind of that glow coming up so you can see where things are.
Okay, alright. So I'm still he's still holding me in his jaws, right? That's the vibe right now.
Yeah, so he's got both ends of his spear. You're kind of shish kebabbed in the middle, and he's took a bite out of you.
Kind of ruins a lot of the. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna look down at him, and he's like, and just be like, "You're not the only one who can fire beams that strong," and I am going to smack him on the nose, and I'm going to cast Disintegrate on him. That is a 18 dex save, which, if he's holding me in his mouth, how is he going to dodge it? Right? I
he's
feel
not
like that.
holding you in his mouth. He took a bite and pulled away. But yeah, no, he is right there in front of you. That's an 18 dex save.
Yep.
That's a 17 on the die plus a 9 for saving throws.
Okay, it still takes half damage though, so that's fine. What is the damage on this? It's a. Okay. Oh shit! I rolled d10s instead of d6s. My bad.
Also hydrate.
Okay, that's a total of 79 damage, halved to 38, I guess. Yeah. So it's a because it's a 6d10 plus 40 damage. So that's the and if it there was another thing on it.
So what is it specifically exactly? Describe what you do with this attack.
So I just look down or look up, I guess, wherever it's holding me, and I reach forward and I'm like, no, like you're hitting a cat, like you're not hitting, but you're trying to no. When a dog is doing something naughty and you just no, and boop it on the nose. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna boop it on the nose, but before I boop it, I'm gonna the beam hits it, and then I boop it, and that's basically it. And funny story on that, I don't know how much HP it has, but if it dies, it's gonna turn into ash. So that's yeah.
Your team watches as you reach out and yell no and smack it on the nose with a big boop because your hand versus this huge snout. You go no, you boop it on the nose, and you just watch as it just rears back, and as it's screeching, you just watch the whole thing turn gray and gray and gray as it becomes kind of a stone-looking creature. It's holding you. It drops the spear as you and the spear are dropping. You watch as it busts into ash and drifts away. You have successfully killed the Naga tribe's master.
Can I try and catch S48 as he's falling out of the sky?
Absolutely. Make an acrobatics check.
This is why I took proficiency in acrobatics. I keep throwing my dice. I get too excited. That's a natural 20.
Oh my gosh.
S48, you're dropping. Leona runs up and catches you in her arms.
Now,
Her
does the
invisible-
spear disappear
invisible-
too, or is the spear still in him?
The spear is a physical object, and the spear is still in him. But
I have a spear.
you have successfully taken out the Naga tribe's master.
Yeah, and S48 is going to
take
put his hand on his forehead and pretend to faint as Leona grabs him.
It's okay.
Love it.
Now let's
And
put
as
the
all
spear
of
out.
that occurs, you start to watch and feel it as you hear the water rushing backwards, and you feel the pull of the water pulling it back out as the influence of this creature dissipates with its death. you hear some screeches and howls off in the distance as the sea hags, the creatures, the green hags, all of them start to just drift away with no influence left to hold them.
Yes. Yeah.
Congratulations, team. You have successfully found and defeated the reason for all of the missing tribes, the missing people.
Team, get out of our swamp.
He said it. He said the thing.
All right. Well, thank you all for such a fantastic evening. This was absolutely amazing. This basically one shot was written by me and set up. All of the creatures and everything were variations on existing critters that I redid all of the stat blocks for. It was in fact a Hydra with a couple of added effects such as the different heads and different things. Each head, if you had continued to have it come after you, did have different effects that it would have done. I'm glad to have played with you guys. You guys are fantastic.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything you guys would like to say before we go off stream?
Am I allowed to shout myself out quick?
Absolutely. Shout yourself out. Everybody can shout themselves out.
Yeah, hello, and thank you again for watching, you guys. I'm Cece. You can normally find me over on the New Age Geeks channel, where we stream primarily D&D content. So we have Forging Fates, our primary D&D campaign, and then I DM Queer and Present Danger, a high fantasy homebrew D&D campaign with an all-queer cast. So.
Awesome. Anything for you there, Julie?
Yeah, say hi. I'm Julie Hall. I've done a few streams on different things, and I really enjoy this stuff. So thank you all for playing and for getting this all done. And hopefully you'll see me online in other places, depending on what's next.
Yes. Mika, anything?
Yeah. Hey, I'm the co-creator of Roll D5, ROLE D5, and we specialize in streaming indie games, mostly one-shots. So catch me over there.
And our wonderful Mr. Steve, who got up at super, super early in the morning as he is on the other end of the world. Go for it.
Hello, hi, I'm Steve, also known as Sassy Pants. I run Pantsless Tables, which is a TTRPG studio based out of India, where I try to shine a spotlight on underrepresented Asian talent in a time zone that works for us. We also have a very relaxed camera policy where, being a faceless streamer myself, I do my best to ensure that people don't have to have their cameras on if they don't want to, which is something that I have also faced as a player in different games before. So I'm just trying to do my best to help people feel more comfortable being on stream, and also trying to just be able to show the world what really cool Asian people from a time zone that also works for us, which is like the biggest thing. As this game can tell, it is currently 9 a.m. for me. So yeah, so that's basically me. Thanks for watching the game. I had a lot of fun. The last time I played S48, he was in a PvP tournament where he died in the second round, and today he was the MVP-ish sort of, yeah, and I'm really proud of that. So this was a lot of fun, and I got to flex my wings to play a character this high level that I haven't really done a lot. So I really appreciate the opportunity. Yeah, that's all. I'm going to stop talking now.
No.
Wonderful. And I am Andrea. Again, I am your keeper, your record keeper for this one shot. I am also Andrea of the Birds. I sell dice at birdsofparadice.com. If you ever have any dice needs, come on by. I do have a couple of sets left after my fantastic weekend this past weekend. And I will be restocking by the end of the month, I hope. So I will be able to let everybody know when that is occurred. And that will include some of the sets that I utilized tonight, which includes a couple of these really super pretty shiny sets.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple of awesome color combinations. All right.
I
Thank
gotcha,
you all
I
very
gotcha.
much. Yeah. You have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you guys again next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.